Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. It is so good to be here. Let me get adjusted here. I'm just so glad to be here tonight, because this topic is going to be one of the ones. But before we get started, Queen Smiley's in the building tonight. All right, let's make sure we get Queen's. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, she says, "Good evening, folks. Beautifully Animated is in the building tonight. Beautiful Animated, send me a message because I don't know what happened to you in my messages. I don't know. But anyway, Beautifully Animated is in the building tonight. We're gonna have a great show tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Now, I want to get started by saying this. You see the title, "A Hit Dog Will Holla." All right. As you see, Bailey's in that picture with me. That's my dog. Old Bailey been hanging around for a while. Yeah. The reason I said a hit dog will holler, ladies and gentlemen, is because sometimes you can say things to try to help people. Sometimes you can say things about something else and other people take it personally without you even saying something to them. You know what that means? That means they're taking it personally because it hit them. It hit home. Something about what you said made them feel some type of way. And so I want to say this. I've been getting a lot of criticism for things that I post online. A lot. Especially when it comes to the most, how can I say, the majority, I could say now, the majority of our women are not held accountable. And so, but we'll talk about that in the show. But what I want to say is this. Women, listen to this. I'm gonna say this real close. I'm gonna say this real close. And for the women out there that support Black men, you'll understand. We are doing what you guys are asking us to do. For the last 2 years on YouTube, you've been hearing a lot of women say, men don't step up, men don't do this, and men don't take care of their kids, and men don't take care of their responsibilities, and men don't do this, and men are childish, and men don't take responsibility, men don't. They got songs that I don't want to screw up. Men don't, niggas ain't this, niggas ain't that, men don't, this is that and the other, right? Yeah, I know that sounded crazy because that's what it is. That's what it sounds like. So, women, we're doing exactly what you ask us to do. We're stepping up. And when a man comes into a room and a man knows his authority and he knows his place as a man, he's going to call out every toxic thing he sees. He's going to go into his community and he's going to tell that young man, pull his pants up. He's going to tell those young ladies, pull your skirts down, pull your shirts up, right? He's going to be able to tell you that. But what we have to understand and know is, ladies and gentlemen, that ladies, again, I'm gonna repeat it. We're doing what you ask us to do. We're holding you accountable because that's what men are supposed to do. Men are supposed to be leaders. Anytime there's a leader, there always has to be a follower. And when men take their throne and men take their position, then men should act in their position. There shouldn't be any pushback, women, right now on me on these videos and shorts that I'm putting out, because this is what you ask for. You ask for a man to step up. Well, let me step up and say, hey, listen, don't be fighting in McDonald's. Let me step up and say, don't cuss your man out. Let me step up and say, hey, listen, when it comes to child support, if that man's paying that child support, allow that man to see his children. When that man comes and bring that kid a $80 pair of shoes and you want him to have a $120 pair of shoes, shut your mouth. Be quiet. Understand that men have a position and men need to be respected. So we're doing what you ask us to do. We're going to not only hold each other accountable as men, hey, we're going to hold each other, because I got some pushback on the video that I put out. And on the video, I'm going to try to repeat what I said. All right. In the video, I said, young men, Black men, we want to be able to change the community. And the reason that the only way we'll be able to change the community is by doing 4 things. The first thing is, don't marry single moms unless, right? I got to put the unless in there, unless they can show you 15 years of therapy. They got to go through therapy, right? Because not only is this woman could be broken from the relationship she was in with her man, but she can also be broken from the fact that she had to raise these babies by herself. And there's nothing wrong with sitting down with someone saying, you know what? Before I get into another relationship, let me go ahead and take all this stress and depression and stress that I've gone from raising this child alone and dealing with a dude that ain't nothing. Let me get this stress off of me. The number two thing was if she got a bad mouth, if she's cussing you out in front of your mama, your grandmama, cousin, and them, if she cussing you out in front of the funeral home, if she's cussing you out in front of the Target cashier, leave her at the store. Wherever she is, just leave her. Number three, men, stop having sex with booger wolves. We sit on these panels and say they big, stink, fat, ugly. We don't want them. They're unattractive. But at midnight, when I did get hard, we're sitting in their bedrooms, busting up in them, and they're getting pregnant. Now you got Booger Wolf Jr. Men, stop that. When we say something, let's say what we mean and mean what we say. We're not going to deal with it. We're not going to put up with any more ignorance in our community. Right? We're not going to put up with the men doing it in the community. Leave these women alone. If we catch you, we're going to handle you, men. That's the way it needs to be. Especially when our sons growing up 15, 16 years old and their hormones start raging. We need to let them know, let it rage, but let it be an internal rage. Don't be out here sticking your penis in trash cans. Right? The last thing, growing up in a single parent home. Listen, I'm not talking about the women. I'm not talking these four things are not for the women who were in the 60s, 70s, early 80s. I'm not talking about those women because those women they're kind of different. But I'm talking about those women in today's terms. These four things are for the women that's in today's world today. If they grew up in a single parent home, just believe the dude is going to be the dude's going to be a pookie wookie, right? But the reason that he's going to be a pookie is because mama raised him like it was her daughter, but she wanted him to be her husband. The child is confused. So they didn't spoil the boy. He didn't have to go outside and mow the yard. He didn't have to take out any trash. He didn't have to do anything. All he had to do was wake up, play the game. Right? When they go out somewhere, she got to make sure he got his earrings in. She got to make sure he dressed nice. She got to make sure they matching. She got to make sure they look good. She got to make sure the couple look good because that's her son husband. Right? So if they raised up in a one parent home, they also have to have some therapy. Because what it is, you got to understand, we got to heal from the fact that daddy wasn't there. We got to heal from the fact that mama wasn't there. So, before we move forward, I want to say this for Jeff's in the chat. Jeff, if you're available, you can send me a DM. And I will definitely bring you up on the panel because you're one of those men that we have to handle. Because what happens is, Jeff, you can come on the panel. Just go ahead and send me your information or inbox me on Instagram, and I will definitely send you the link so you can come up and get this smoke. Because what you just said, men are doing a lot of complaining. Men are not complaining. This is what it looks like when a man says, you know what, we're not going to complain. We're going to handle our business. We're going to step up and be men. And when we step up and be men, our daughters won't be hoes, our sons won't be pookies and ray rays, and our women will not be out of line. That's what needs to happen. Let me say it again. Our sons won't be pookies and ray rays, our daughters won't be hoes, and our women won't be out of line because women need leadership. And the reason women are all over the place is because men ain't putting them in their place. The reason that kids ain't got no class because daddy ain't whooping their ass. I can do poetry tonight, ladies and gentlemen. How the girls gonna learn from their mama when their mama over here, I gotta go to the club, watch the kids. Kids are becoming glorified babysitters because it's single moms. No, we need to teach. Marry before you carry. We need to teach general family. We need to teach the nuclear family, the husband, the wife, and the children. That's what needs to be taught. Husband, wife, children, togetherness, not mama over here, baby daddy over there, pregnant with baby daddy number two's baby. And then baby daddy number two don't want nothing to do with the baby. Baby daddy number one ain't paying nothing, ain't taking care of the baby. So I've given myself to two ain't shit people because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with being alone. Well, we got to deal with it. And tonight we're going to deal with it because a hit dog will holler. So men, it's not complaining. Jeff, it's not complaining. It's men taking, I guarantee you, Jeff, you one of those men that his wife is whooping his ass. You're one of those men that your wife, when you come in from work, you have to bow to your knees and say, baby, how can I slave for you today? Be a man, step up and know the difference between complaining and handling your business. Right? Handle your business. This is what we do. So moving forward, we're not going to sit on here and say, well, these women out of line. No, we don't complain that they're out of line. We tell them, hey, you're out of line. Get your shit together. Hey, young lady, hey, go put on something else. Why your breast out? Hey, ma'am. Oh, whoa. Why are you 13 years old and your lashes are longer than a computer monitor? Ma'am, why when you bend over, we can see your ass? Ma'am, when you bend over, we're not your gynecologist. Why are we looking up in the crevices of your pussy? This is what we need to do. This is how we hold the women accountable. And then we stop giving attention to these women who want to dress that way. Who want to live that lifestyle. Ignore them and start paying attention to the women who are doing the work. The women who want to take care of their kids, the women who want to have nuclear families, the women like Security Boss, the women like the Blooming Ebony, the women like Coach K, the women like Queen Smiley. Y'all see these women on YouTube that say that they're pick-me's. They're pick-me's. Queen Smiley's a pick-me. Coach K is a pick-me. Courtney Michelle is a pick-me. Oh my God. I don't want to. There's women out here saying, I don't want to live that life. I don't want to live a life where I got to be devoted to a man every day. Well, die alone. Be by yourself. But ladies and gentlemen, that's enough from me. Because this is what's going to happen. Women are nurturers of children. They're natural nurturers of children. They nurture children. They help raise children. They're there to hold them and cuddle them and make sure they're there. The father is there to be stern and give direction. But how is it possible that the kids can get what they need from mama? The nurturing, because nurturing is important. That's the mold of a child. How can a child be nurtured and get what he needs from his mother when her milk is sour? Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and bring up the cast for tonight. You got to clap for me. I clap for my damn self. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and bring everybody up so we can get into this conversation tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the first person I want to bring up is the queen of the house. Queen Smiley is in the building tonight. Give it up for Queen Smiley. All right. Next, we got Mandrell is in the building tonight. Mandrelli, come on in the building tonight, Mandrell. All right, I got my boy JT in the building tonight. Give it up. Oh yeah, all the way from Jersey. Give it up for my boy, Mr. Bennett is in the building tonight. Last but not least, you've seen her on Housewives of Pocahontas and Tortoise. Give it up for yours truly. Coach K is in the building tonight. All right. It's so good to see everybody tonight. This is what we got for right now. We're going to move forward. How is everybody doing tonight? Before we get to y'all, because I want to make sure I spend some little time with people. Let's see who we got in this chat. Okay, let me go back over here. Oh, we got Jeff Davis. He wanted to bring some smoke early. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Andre Terry's in the building tonight. Give it up for him. Give it up for Doreen in the building tonight. Cody is king. Derek Mason is in the building tonight. Hey, what's up, boy? What's going on with you? All right.
Okay, Mr. Mason.
Yeah, we got Coach K. We got K Soul. We got who else? We got Von Bryant is in the building tonight. Von Bryant, Von. So happy to see you tonight. All right, that's who we got so far, guys. Go ahead and share this. Hit the like button, subscribe button. If you want to give a super chat, go ahead and give a super chat. If you want to give a cash app, that's open as well. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now. And thank you guys for being here tonight. Now let's get over to our panel tonight. Tyrus. Oh, I forgot to send him the link. I definitely want his butt over here. Coach, we'll start with, I'm gonna start at the bottom. JT, how you been, brother?
Been great, brother. Been great. It's Tuesday, man. It is Tuesday. It's 2023.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I saw pictures of you and your lovely lady, and you guys are like y'all have a lot of fun together, brother.
all day.
I just stumbled. I said, look at my boy JT.
Absolutely.
Hey, I seen that picture when she was sitting down and you had baby all over your chest with your leg cocked up on the chair. Remember that one?
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was not me. Not saying that I won't do it. It's just saying that I just don't do it on camera and put it on social media. It's
Absolutely, my brother. Oh, shit. Mr. Bennett, how are you tonight, my brother? How's the wife, the family, and all that?
Family is good. Looks like we're pretty much empty nesters again. Both my youngest daughters, they're back at school, and my oldest one is seldom around. So it's a lot of quiet time until the weekend.
All right, man. All right. All right, let's give it up for Mr. Bennett. Now, Mandrell, how are you tonight, my brother? I think he needs wipes. Damn it, I'm sorry. Queen Smiley, how are you tonight, Sugarfoot?
I am doing well.
You sound so calm and so rested. Are you okay tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. Just doing a little work behind the scenes.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying? It's
Okay.
good to see you tonight. And last but not least, guys, look at this hair. Wait a minute. I don't know if she went on a date, prom. I don't know. Let's get this up.
Come on through, Coach K.
I had to get rid of it. I had to. It was too much.
Oh, come on, Coach K. Hey, Coach K. Now we're going to do something different, okay? I'm going to say Revlon, and you do the Revlon commercial. Okay? You have to sway left.
I don't remember
right.
what she does.
Hang on.
No.
She leans her head.
You have to slow it down. You got to slow it down, though.
I will. I'm going to cut it
I don't
out.
have enough hair for this.
Yes, you do. You got to throw your head back, and then you got to sway left to right very slowly.
Yeah, I remember. It always looks so luscious.
Yeah. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, Revlon. Go.
I can't stand you.
Good to see you, Coach K. How you been, sweetheart? How you been?
Good. Get me off the big screen. I'm good. How are you guys? Good to see you guys. I cannot. Yeah, I needed this to be gone.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and have this conversation because, like I said again, I'm getting a lot of TikTok been kicking all my videos off, and they've been telling me your videos been removed and warning you not to put this back up here. This is cyberbullying. And I said, cyberbullying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this first one for y'all, because this y'all let me know if this bullying. I don't know. I don't know. But TikTok said no, they ain't having it, and I need to get rid of it immediately. So let me go. I think I put it on YouTube. I did put it on YouTube. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, because man, Mr. Bennett, what's wrong with people, man? Why is the world so sensitive, Mr. Bennett? Can you tell us?
I have no idea.
They're not sensitive. They know what they're doing. They're reconstructing of what manhood and femininity really is. So that's what they're doing. Infiltrating.
You muted.
I want to play this one first. Here we go, and then we'll discuss. Are they coming for me for these beautiful videos I'm doing? The lighting's good, the background's good. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. But here we go. Let me play it. 4 things today that you could do to be the leaders in the community that the Black women are asking us to be and take responsibility. The first thing is don't date single moms at any capacity unless they can show you 15 years of consistent therapy, that they got over the fact that they're being a single mom and over the fact that they're not with the man that got them pregnant. Number 2, having sex with females. Let's stop having sex with women that are unattractive, fat, overweight, stank, and all this other stuff that you guys say publicly, and then at midnight you over at their house busting nuts in them and getting them pregnant. Let's stop that. Number 3, women who have bad mouths and attitudes, who will cuss you out in front of your mother, your grandmother, your church, your friends, and the Target cashier. Leave her ass at the restaurant. She doesn't deserve to be with a man like you. Number 4, if she comes from a single parent home and she can't prove to you that she's had 23 years of therapy and got over the fact that she didn't have her dad in her life or a mom in her life, run for the hills, because that type of woman will cause nothing but trouble for you. Peace.
It was the piano for me.
Now, guys.
Try to soften it.
I'll start with Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, why they coming for me, Mr. Bennett? All I'm doing is the truth. I'm a truth teller, Mr. Bennett. Why they coming for me? Why these hit dogs hollering, Mr. Bennett?
because you hitting that the first point alone, you turn them off. Talking about the single mom thing. So I mean, that's going to that's for a lot of them, that's just something that just can't overcome. I remember when I was dating, I put that in my bio, like I didn't want a woman with children, and that was the quickest way to end the date or to change the conversation. So that's just that's too close. And you're just reminding them of it's hard to look at your baby as or your child as quote unquote a mistake, or that you made some bad choices, because you always and again, it's not the kid's fault for being here. You can't fault someone for being here, but I mean, everything else is basically, if you would have put that one last, you might have been able to get away with it, but you led the conversation with that, so the rest was all downhill, I think. And that's another thing, when someone's hurt like that, it doesn't matter what else you say after that. As soon as you hit that first one, it's a conversation stopper right there. So it is
absolutely, absolutely. JT, why they coming for me? JT,
hey man,
why is TikTok removing my videos? JT,
it's because you came up with solutions. Jeff Davis, I like your channel, Black Man. I just think it's time for solutions. Remember, you just said that.
Yeah.
Was those solutions, Jeff Davis? Was those solutions? Because that's what he did. Was
and then he disappeared when I asked him, "What you mean? You saying this because Coach K white?" Because my next question was, if you don't mind me asking, what's your race? Like, let me know your ethnicity. Because now he disappeared.
But I'm pretty sure that TikTok is just that. I just got to the point, man, where I don't even like using TikTok myself. They're weird, and I'm glad that at least YouTube and IG is starting to have the same tools, that you don't have to use TikTok to go on there and make videos with the editing tools and stuff. They already got them on YouTube, and they have them on IG. So I'm one of those guys that's not even, even though I made a couple of videos on TikTok, I'm tired. They get rid of my videos. They get, they shadow ban you and all these different things, and only just because you're speaking solution based things like that. I did one where I was doing the voice of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and guess what they did? They shadow banned it. They didn't get rid of it, but they shadow banned it.
So you do an impression?
Yeah.
I'm lip syncing Louis Farrakhan and
other people.
Yeah, I'm just lip syncing from what.
Okay, you one of those. Okay, now I thought you can actually do the minister.
Yeah, and so thank you, JT, for that. Queen Smiley, you saw the video from a woman's perspective, because most of the 90% of the hell and the wrath that's coming upon my land is from the women. So you tell me, what are your thoughts about this?
You out of line with 15 years. That's extreme. But I understand your initial thoughts on being with a woman who has kids. I get the thought behind it, right? But then, like you said, what do y'all do most oftentimes than not? It's the responsibility of the man to keep your Johnson to yourself.
Exactly.
So everything else that you're explaining in the video is perspective based. So if a woman is looking at it and thinking that, oh, this is all about me, and not pointing also to the responsibility of the man, then of course that hit dog on Holla. But if you look at the full video and listen to what you're saying, you're putting a lot of onus on the men. Men, stop doing. Men, control yourselves. Yep. There's a lot of responsibility on the men that's being shared in that video. But I think 15 years is a bit extreme. And I posted it in the chat. You saying these things about women. Women need to, do the work before they get into relationships. Men also have to do the work. And so it's twofold. And that's the solution. We need to stop pointing the finger at one gender or the other. We all need to be doing the work before we engage in relationships. And we talked about that before here in Black Man Unfiltered Network. A solution: do the work, invest in yourself before you enter into a relationship, because that's the only way to be fruitful. And if it's not fruitful, that's the only way you can do your initial assessment and move on.
Exactly.
So, Jeff, if you're listening, okay, Coach K is not the only person that's on this panel that know how to pick anybody. And I'm not just speaking for myself, but there's other women who have come into this network and that have been on these panels who also know how to pick. Here's the difference. Some of us know how to lead people at the restaurant while others continue to make bad decisions. It's a big difference. Just because some people are single, some people choose to be single because guess what? They're meeting people that hadn't done their work, or either they're still working on themselves doing the work. Okay. So it's constant,
Absolutely.
perspective. Change your perspective, sir. And then jump
Absolutely.
back in the chat.
Absolutely, man. Now I want to get Mandrell, then we go to Coach K. Mandrell, what are your thoughts on the video, and why they coming for me, Mandrell? Why are they coming for me?
I didn't see the video,
Oh,
but but if they're coming for you, I mean, and you're asking why? I mean, it's probably because I mean it's more marketable and financially advantageous to market towards women. And what women want are soft things. They want things that make them feel good. And and in these days, people want instant gratification and something for nothing. If people constantly want something to make them feel good for that dopamine hit,
Mhm.
the more that a platform promotes that and takes away messages like what you apparently had on your video, the more money it is for them. So it all comes down to dollars and cents at the end of the day, at the expense of having a stronger society, a more balanced society, because you need masculinity, you need testosterone, you need messages like people like Kevin Samuels, and people need things to be delivered to them that way. You need a margin of that. Everything needs balance, but things are getting out of balance, and the women are wondering where are all the real men at. Well, you're raising the opposite. You have been doing it for the longest, and this is now what's in the dating pool. So, I mean, you're not raising the men that you would want to date because men aren't in the house for various reasons. A lot of times, more often than we care to realize or acknowledge, a lot of times women keep the man out of the kid's life. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a woman who's doing that, you got no reason to complain. You're part of the problem. But if you're not that kind of woman, talk to your sisters and your friends and your cousins and them, and knock the nonsense off. So there you have it. You're muted. I'm going to need you to sharpen up, man. That's your second time doing this tonight, and you
man,
just started.
Don't make me come to Alabama and slap shit. Coach K, what does that say tonight?
I would say there's so much to it. I would say that they're coming for you because people just can't handle it. They can't handle the truth. They'd rather just get to do what they want to do and not take any accountability for it, and so that they can blame other people. And they also too, it hurts people's feelings. People are just soft, and because if it didn't hurt their feelings, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't take the time to go and report your stuff or whatever. They would say, hey, this is his standards, whatever. Like if they were really up in arms about it, they could say, hey, that he wants someone like this. Glad I know that this guy and his followers want this. That's not someone that I want. If that's truly, they didn't like your message. But honestly, I truly believe people are just soft. They don't like to hear anyone else's opinion that they don't agree with. They don't like to be held accountable. And it's funny because even my twin sister, she's married. She's finally listening to Kevin Samuels, and it always hurts my heart when she sends me a video and I'm like I still can't watch this stuff yet. I'm still just really sad about it. But she was like, I agree with a lot. And I said, okay, it's fine. You don't have to agree with everything. There's certain things here and there. And she said, but why does he have to rate them or ask them, to rate their stuff? I said, because when he's probably tired of women, and you could tell lead attorney is getting tired of these certain things too. Tired of women and men, but in this context, women asking for things that they do not qualify for. It's like a profession. You could use all different types of examples. So it's like even her, my sister, but she isn't into this as much as I am, as far as like the manosphere, red pill, whatever you want to call it, relationships. But yeah, so long answer, but I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I just can't even. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that. The reason I think they're coming for me is because I'm going to say this. They're coming because the truth does hurt. It does. And when I say hit dog or holler, this is for the women that are sitting at work and they're scrolling on their phones down TikTok and they say, who's this? And they hear that 1 through 4 and it hits them right in the chest. Boom. And then they want to inbox you and say, oh, you this and oh, you shouldn't be this and blah, blah, blah. Listen, it is what it is. And we need to get to a point where understand that vagina has an expiration date. Let me tell you this. Penis needs to be put up. Vagina needs to be closed up. And what needs to happen, let me say it again.
Go on. Just stop.
For the people in the back. The penis needs to be put up. The vagina needs to be shut up. Because those lips keep talking to that stick and we not getting nowhere. So I think that's what it is. Now, a lot of women out here wake up every morning and look at 2 or 3 or 4 kids by different baby daddies and 5 or 6 and and they know that I need to buy a German Shepherd to protect this house because there never will be a man here. They need to know that. And I think that we're not keeping it real with people. We're not saying to people, we're telling women out here that's got 5 or 6 kids with 4 baby dads, girl, you can do it. It's a husband out there for you. These preachers are lying to these women. Oh, I believe. And can we get the offering tray around? I believe if you put an offering in today, that no matter if you got 6 children and 5 baby daddies, because God will send you a husband. Stop lying to these women.
That's not a lie. That's hope. I'm not saying it's always realistic. Come on now.
Listen.
We know it's possible, but it's like you said earlier. If a woman ain't putting the work in, then by all means, at the end of the day, it ain't gonna happen.
It's gonna take a special type of man.
But I think the balance of possibility is the problem. It should be a balance of probability. So what we're saying is that it's not probable that that's going to happen for you. They're telling them that it can happen. Even when you didn't put in the work, it can still happen for you. Everybody gets a participation trophy. And that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
it's possible for a person to drive the car with their feet, right? On the freeway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good ass idea, is
it? And that's the thing. And that's what I wanted to talk about, that go into what Queen Smiler just said. You said like probable. JT, you just hit it. My thing is this. Think about it. And Coach K just alluded to it too. Women have expectations or they want things they don't qualify for. These women that have 6 children are saying, I want a man that's 6'3", 6-pack, 12 inches of penis, because, having sex with me is like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Here you go.
So you got to have 12 inches of penis. He got to be 6 feet, 6-pack, right? And then he has to have a job. And in that job, he needs to make enough money to take care of me and my kids. You're not going to find a highly educated man that's single that wants to be with a woman that her tubes are tied. He cannot have a child of his own to carry on his legacy.
It's like, do women and men too, but women primarily, I think, are the most delusional, at least. Are they forgetting that there's another party involved in this equation? Like, you know what I mean? Like that also has autonomy and can make decisions and has wants and desires. It's like, what about them? But it's almost like entitled,
Yeah. And if you got that many kids, think about it. Look at the competition. You're 38 with 6 kids. There's a 27-year-old or 23-year-old or 24-year-old just ain't got no kids. Bad. Ready to travel, right? And I remember Kevin Samuel said this one time. Kevin Samuel said, what if a woman said, why you can't talk to me because I got kids? Kevin said, let me give you an example. I have enough money to take us to Paris this weekend. I'm going to call you spontaneously and say, get your stuff ready. I'll be there in 20 minutes. We're going to take a red eye. Guess what? I gotta find a babysitter. I gotta call my mama and see my mama come get the kids. I gotta find somebody to pick the kids up from school. He said I shouldn't have to deal with that. Those are not my children. I should be able to take my woman and travel anywhere I want to travel with her. Now, I'm not saying I want to put this disclaimer out there. I'm not saying women that have children are bad women. I'm saying that women that have children need to be able to date on their level. You're not going to be able to get a man that's making $200,000. You're not going to get a Will Smith or an Idris. You're going to get Billy at AutoZone. Are you going to get Jameson O'Neal at Roto-Rooter? You're not going to get these men. You're not going to get you're going to get the butcher at Kroger's. You're not going to get Idris. You're not going to get a Michael B. Jordan. You're not going to get these men. It's just impossible. Can you imagine Michael B. Jordan running around with 6 kids that's not his? And dealing with 4 baby daddies coming up to the house every day? Hey, my girl here. I thought y'all broke up.
This is also, I think, like a Western thing too, where kids are told that they can be whoever they want to be. They can achieve whatever. To a certain extent, I would tell my own clients that, of course, like, let's look at what you're going to have to do to get there and what that's going to require of your mindset and your emotions or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, you can't, I don't know. I believe in optimism, but also a level of probability too. And we got to make a book for your little like phrases. Black men unfiltered. I just can't.
We should, because the thing is, Coach K, let me say this. Let me put the ladies back over at the top. Let me say this. A lot of women feel that way. A lot of women feel like I can be highly, 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 highly promiscuous. And then once my oil light come on and my check engine light come on, I can find somebody that can fix me. Why should he fix you when he has his credit is good enough to buy a brand new car? This is what we're dealing with. But I'm gonna play one more video. I want to welcome to the show. Hink is in this building tonight, and I got my boy Dust is in here tonight. Listen, guys. Before we move forward, if you didn't see the Dustosphere this past Thursday, you missed one of the all-star greatest Dustospheres to ever graze the internet. If you didn't see it, it was Security Boss was on there. Who else was on that thing? You had give me the names.
Brother Clarence.
Brother Clarence, Auntie
World
Jay.
class.
I mean,
World class.
World class.
Jay Prince for president.
The lead attorney.
The wig ninja was here. So, guys, if you didn't get a chance to,
I wasn't there.
If you didn't get a chance to see it,
I gotta go check it out.
Yeah. But then we're gonna have Sweet Tart. We're gonna have what is it? Sweet Tart Penis Willie coming on Thursday. All of these people will be here. So this Thursday coming up, guys, make sure you tune in to another hilarious episode. People are in the chat saying that in that chat saying that we should call it Thursday Night Live because it's funny as hell. They don't never know what to expect.
Oh, the star was Bolo.
Yeah, and Bolo, yes. Bolo was in the building. So, but I want to get to what Von Bryan said, and I'm gonna read it in his voice. Von Bryan said, "I had a cousin who has 5 kids, and she got married after being a single mother. I don't think dude was operating in his right mind. Nevertheless, he married her." Then he followed up and said this. Oh, yes, where it said it gets real important after this. He said, eventually, they did get a divorce. Go figure. Oh, yes. So anyway, I'm gonna play one more video, and then we'll continue the conversation on out. This is another one that I had to fight for, but they still just playing with me. And here it is. This one, I think this one was cyberbullying. I don't remember. It's so many. But here we go. Let me play this. I remember growing up and my grandmother would say a hit dog will holler. Let me explain to you what my lovely grandmother was talking about. For the last 30 years in media, songs, and so on and so forth, etc., we've been talking about men and holding them accountable. The system definitely holds black people accountable for sure. But now we're in a season where we're being called as men, as black men in our communities to be leaders. And that's what we're choosing to do. And so as a leader goes into a boardroom, a leader goes into a community, and he seeks out the things that are toxic, seeks out the things that are not good for the community, and they expose those things to create a narrative that we're not going to put up with it anymore. So all the women out there that are calling content creators that are holding Black women, accountable, they're gay, they got mama issues, they hate Black women. That's not the case. What we're doing is we're doing what you're asking us to do. We're becoming leaders. We're leaders in the community. And if you're out of line, we're going to tell you that you're out of line. If you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing with your kids or your husband, and the divorce rates keep going up, we're going to continue to hold you accountable. So you can say what you want to say, but we're still going to hold you accountable.
Ow!
So they almost
you saying some powerful stuff.
Let's start with Dusto. Dusto, they kicked that off TikTok. Dusto, what are your thoughts, man? What was I wrong?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, Nation of Wigwam is strong.
Oh yeah, Assalamu alaikum, guys.
Wigwam salam.
Okay, now go ahead, Dusto. Finish up.
Hey, this gonna be the world you live in. At the end of the day, they're creating zombies. The zombie force is gonna be 90% of the population. They gonna make that happen. They don't want these messages to get across. So it's going to be 10% of the people in some temple somewhere having these conversations, raising super kids. It's going to be a stack of victims.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the program they're pushing. It is what it is.
Right.
You say raising super kids.
No, yeah, literally. Let's put it this way. Look at what's being produced out here. If I was a parent, and a friend of mine got on me about that, because I got friends that hold me accountable. He dusted me off. I was talking about, not so interested about having children or whatever. And it's like, bro, you telling me because of how wicked the world is and some other stuff. It's like, bro, cut that victim talk out. You telling me if you had kids, they can't beat what you see out here? It's like, hey, you got a point.
And so, guys, what I want to do is real quick, I want to show you guys something. Look at this. Let me hold up to the camera. So you guys won't think I'm lying to you. A hit dog will holler was the name of that video. Here it is right here. A hit dog will holler. What does it say? Video removed. That video was removed. Let me tell you why. It says a hit dog will holler. Violation reason, attacks and slurs and the basis of protected attributes of young women and young girls.
What?
What slurs?
Cyberbullying. What slurs? You're absolutely correct. What slurs?
Huh?
You need brother here. Huh? So y'all tell me what the slurs was. What slurs did you hear?
Community was a slur.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the one you said something about the hot dog?
No. They didn't kick that one off. When I said having sex with women out here is like throwing a hot dog down the hallway, that left that on. But when I start talking the real talk and not being funny and saying, hey, listen, we're going to hold women accountable and we're going to make sure in the community men stand up and lead. I think men stand up and lead what's got it taken off.
I think it was accountable.
Their terms of service is not consistent. It's like, so you don't know what you can do and can't do. It's so freaking annoying.
It's the same way of saying that, I'm fluid, right? And I can't explain it, but I'm going to teach you what it is. So when you telling me, it's like basically I don't have any foundation, but you can't tell me that I'm not who I say I am.
Right.
And that's basically what they're saying. We got guidelines and they're vague guidelines, but who are you to tell us that we can't? Because it's our platform, so we can do whatever the heck we want to do. And if we say it was a slur, then it was a slur.
And to Patricia Johnson, I apologize, honey. I apologize. I do apologize. I will play it for you. Patricia said she didn't see the 4 things. So give me 1 second, Patricia. I played for you. I'm play one more time, and then we'll get to the discussion. All right. Here's the one. Man, Joe, you didn't see this one either. Here we go. Black men, I'm going to give you 4 things today that you can do to be the leaders in the community that the Black women are asking us to be and take responsibility. The first thing is don't date single moms. at any capacity unless they can show you 15 years of consistent therapy, that they got over the fact that they're being a single mom and over the fact that they're not with the man that got them pregnant. Number two, having sex with booger wolves. Let's stop having sex with women that are unattractive, fat, overweight, stank, and all this other stuff that you guys say publicly, and then at midnight you over at their house busting nuts in them and getting them pregnant. Let's stop that. Number three, women who have bad mouths and attitudes, who will cuss you out in front of your mother, your grandmother, your church, your friends, and the Target cashier. Leave her ass at the restaurant. She doesn't deserve to be with a man like you. Number four, if she comes from a single parent home and she can't prove to you that she's had 23 years of therapy and got over the fact that she didn't have a dad in her life or a mom in her life, run for the hills, because that type of woman will cause nothing but trouble for you. Peace.
Booger Wolf. That's probably what it was.
It was fat. You called him fat. You're
What?
body shaming.
Man, what the hell did I just walk into?
That one didn't get taken down, though, did it? I saw that earlier.
Yeah, they took it down. I appealed it. No, you saw it on YouTube probably. On TikTok, it's gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah,
TikTok
so you called them fat single parent.
But I didn't call them fat. But if you heard that's what a lot of women inbox me to my, you call it women fat. I didn't call you fat. I said when I said that, I said fat, stank, and all the things that you guys say in public.
Hey, can we still
You're
say
not
fat?
listening to my words.
We can still say fat till February 1st or something, right?
Yeah.
All right,
I always say PHAT.
Yeah, you just got to say PHAT. You got to say
Yeah,
fat,
that's
PHAT.
what me and my husband say. I'm like, oh, it looks fat, right? But not.
K-Soul said, guys, K-Soul said here in the comments, he said, what if my preference includes getting cursed out in front of my friends?
Have your way.
Have your way, Doc.
Hey, Black man, I don't know how you feel about this, and you guys can just cut me off if you get where I'm going. But what's stopping you from like saying that they allow other people to say certain things, but not you?
Exactly.
Could you like go down that route if you want to, like play their game? You know?
They don't care.
It's probably because you're a man, honestly.
Oh yeah. Anytime a man, the threat is anytime a man is standing up and saying we are going to be responsible as Black men, not making no excuses, not whining, not bitching and complaining, but actually saying we're going to do something. This is a solution. Oh, you out of there. You out of there. Hink, what's going on, my brother? You there?
So we got
yes, sir. I'm here, brother. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Did you get a chance to see the video, man, that they took off TikTok?
Yeah, I you talking about the one you just played, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, I guess these heifers and hyenas are mounting up. They're not playing that. They might take it down because I call them heifers and hyenas. I don't know.
Yeah, they take this down too.
God damn. This ain't gonna have a chance tonight. It's crazy, man. But this is what I don't understand. I guess something what Coach K was alluding to. But you hear certain women say certain things, you know what I'm saying, and get away with it. But not everybody can say something. Let me take this call. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. DL Saint, welcome to the show tonight, man. What are your thoughts on the video, my brother?
What's happening? I'm mad at Mandrell for not popping red smoke. I walked right into an ambush, didn't I? I'm listening to all this now. I'm implicated. Now they gonna shut down my YouTube. I can forget it. I don't do TikTok though, man. TikTok communist, y'all. That's just the Chinese trying to destroy our company, and that's proof. Our country, and that's proof in it right there. If you put anything up there that's encouraging men to be men, to do better as a society, to respect one another, TikTok could take that down. But if you want to sit there and call men fat losers, and you want to, say that, being city girls, we up and go out and smash as many people, they'll run that all day, all night. So, which they won't do in China, by the way. Like the way our TikTok is, demeaning to people and anti-patriotic to America and all that, it's the exact opposite in China. You know what I mean? They're showing little kids doing science experiments and, making little rocket, little bottle rockets that could get almost out to space and, being respectful to their elders and showing patriotism to their country. That's on TikTok in China. But TikTok in America, Lord have mercy.
All right. Well, appreciate you, man. All right. So,
So hang on. So do you think that's by design?
Absolutely.
Is that the Cold War that China is waging with the U.S. to destroy from the within, not with its military, but with its influence or allowing to be influenced?
I don't think it's China. I think it's us from within. I mean, some of it possibly China, but I think, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to put on my tinfoil hat, but I
We
will
are
say,
our own demise.
yeah,
You know, you
they're
look
probably
at
they could let us do what we're doing, and they would be better for it. Go ahead, Dio.
well, first of all, hello to everybody. My bad. I didn't say hi. I just
Yeah.
came right in, guns and blazing. I'm glad to see everybody. Coach K, how about them Bengals? You know what I mean? We're looking good right now.
Know it.
How about them Bengals? Yeah, all your haters bow down. but anyway, no, it's absolutely by design. The Cold War is not over. You know what I mean? China believes in total war and they believe in generational war. Don't take my word for it. Read The Art of War. You know what I mean? China's about their thing. So it's absolutely by design. But no, America is doing a great job of destroying itself from the inside. I mean, no more nuclear family. There's no more respect. Just the way that we're encouraging, like feminism, this third wave of feminism really hurts women. And the proof's in the pudding. On this platform, you were talking about Taraji and Shania Latham and all the rest, the boss babes. What are they doing now? They're sitting around here crushed, popping pills and buying puppies because they were sold a dream and they're lonely.
Oh, that's next Tuesday show, Puppies and Pills. Puppies and Pills, because what's the girl's name? Tia? Is it Tia, the one that's got a divorce?
Yeah, the twin.
Oh, she done lost about 30 pounds. She's skinny in the face. She look like a stunt double on Walking Dead. She's drunk on every damn live she do. Oh, she's feeling it, brother, because you 3 years from 50, honey. You baby, listen to me. You right up there with annihilating them, and you left your man, and your man over there happy and say, "Oh, he ain't out here in these streets. He ain't on no social media. He's just quiet. You don't hear nothing about this man." But yeah, she's in front of the camera, laying in the bed with her leg all gapped open. I say, Lord, she wants some attention. But anyway, DL Saint said it's music time. He said, salute to the chat. All right, DL. Hey, you want to go to the dojo, DL, or you want white chocolate?
Hey man, you just make it happen, man. You do DJing right now, man.
Here we go. All right, man. Thank DL Saint for that $10 super chat, guys. If you feel like we need a commercial, go ahead and send a super chat, man. We'll go ahead and play some music and put a pause in this. If you feel like you need to go to the bathroom and take a pee, send a super chat. We'll play the music. You go pee, come back and join the conversation. We appreciate you guys for being here tonight. So, guys, this Hit Dog Holla thing, I think that for so long, men have done this. Okay, you're right. But now men have stepped up. Hold on, what the hell? Oh, that's dust though. Damn dust though. But men have stepped up and said, listen, we're not gonna take this no more. We're gonna stand up. And I think that masculinity is just, it's one of those things that they're trying to take out of here. JT, I know you got some on that, but I think masculinity, man, they want that gone, brother. Stop. Today. I'm at work, I'm just minding my business. Guy comes in. Look, my daughter decided she wanted to paint my fingernails and my toes this weekend.
A dude said that?
Yeah. So all his fingernails were painted white, pink, and orange. He said she wants to be a stylist and she wants to do nails for a living. So I let her do my toes and my fingers. So he come in and showed all the girls. Guess what he did when he saw me? Went the other way because he know I'm gonna hold him accountable. Because my thing is this:
because you're doing too much.
You're doing too much, and my thing is this: if my daughter come to me and say, "Daddy, can I paint your toenails and your fingers? Because I want to do this for a living." That's a teachable moment. Baby, I'm your father. I'm a man. You're not going to paint my nails. However, you have a mother and you have friends. So let's have a nail painting party. Invite all your female friends over here and you paint their nails.
It's too late for him.
And here's the thing, even if you were the only option at the time, there's nothing wrong with your baby doing it.
Right.
But there's nail polish remover. You take that mess off before you leave the house. Thank you.
came
Oh,
to-
baby, you did a good job. Give her assessment and take that crap off and move on.
He came to work with them with his
Like,
fingers.
who shows that off?
No, yeah, that's the problem I got with it. He came to work showing it off. I mean, you
Like,
want to
that's
sit there
the
and
sickening part of it.
you sit there want to do whatever with your baby girl. All right, whatever. I can't tell you what to do when it comes to your kids. It's not something I would do, but do you, whatever. Why would you go to work and show everybody like that's just the thing to do? Why do you need gratification and validation from these women at work? What's going on in your marriage?
Huh? Hey, you made me talking tongues.
Is he a
This-
single
Yeah,
dad?
Dwayne The Rock
Is he a
Johnson. He was
single
doing
dad?
that,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's married. And
He's married.
and these kids are not his.
Oh, that's it right there.
Oh,
He's
well,
trying too
neutered.
hard.
He's neutered. That's all.
JT, everybody, hold on. JT,
This
say
gonna
it
get
again.
took
We're not
down.
gonna interrupt you,
This
JT.
gonna
Go
get
ahead.
took down.
He's what, JT?
He's neutered. He's a.
This is feminine, and this is feminine. And so he walked away, and I was like, man, come on now. And so the young lady that was walking toward me, she said, what? She said, I think that's sweet. I said, listen, no, ma'am. I'm not going to have this conversation with you. I said, that's not sweet. I said, it's a teachable moment for him to teach her. I'm a man. You paint your mamas or you paint your homegirls, but you're not going to paint my nails. And I'm going to go to work and come to work and be like, y'all, look, do you think she did a good job? And the girl's over there holding his hand to oh my God, she's going to be good. Oh my God.
Liars. I bet it was. No, I was kidding. I bet it was trash.
Yeah,
no, the thing is,
right,
the thing
Coach K.
is,
It was
Coach K,
trash.
Coach K is right about another thing when she called them liars. They called them liars. They said that to his face, but when the man walked away, he was all kinds of homosexual slurs. Because right, because women do that. They'll smile and laugh in your face, but then you walk off. That's when what they really think about it comes out. But they'll never say that up front. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that's the majority of women? I don't know.
Absolutely. Listen.
In this country, I think more times
In this country, a lot of women, I think it might be half and half. Some women gonna give them a pass and they gonna pander to it.
Right, because she was willing to argue me. She was willing to argue with me to protect him. She was willing.
Yeah, she's gonna argue with you to protect him, but when she get around her girlfriends, different story.
I think
she's gonna argue. No. She's arguing with you. She's gonna argue with JT, Mr. Bennett, myself, all the men on this panel. She will argue us down about why she's right about showing support to him and the whole 9 yards. The second she gets with her girlfriend.
But what benefit does that get her, though?
It's a woman, Mr. Bennett. They do a lot of stuff that don't benefit them. They just want to argue.
She's going to argue with us, but then go champion it with a girlfriend. But what's the benefit of arguing with us?
There isn't one. There isn't a benefit.
I know who women are.
Virtue signaling.
There isn't one.
I will say this, Mandriel.
I've seen women do this, though.
There are a lot of women. I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of women. We got to get out a little bit more to see this world we living in. I just went to Fantasia concert. There's a lot of groups of women at that Fantasia concert. Queen Smiley, you was there. A lot of women was at that concert with homosexual men, and they were in there holding hands and high-fiving each other and twerking together and all this other shit. There are some women out here that love homosexual men. They love them.
Some women may argue with you men to say, hey, look, I'm defending him, blah, 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 blah. But they'll argue with a woman unless a woman hold them accountable. Mm-hmm. They won't even look at it different until another woman say, girl, now that's too much. Yeah, you're right. It may be a little too much. Only then will they possibly change their perspective. Outside of that, guess what they doing? High-fiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this is the thing. They don't understand that what's happening right now is that the men are infiltrating womanhood. They're infiltrating it, and women just looking at it like it's not a threat. They be like, "Girl, go ahead."
Right.
And
But
it's like I
yeah.
don't see nothing wrong with it. And the men are steady saying, "Listen, look what they doing. They're trying to take your space," and they will argue to just be right. They're not even arguing for nothing. When you sit there and present facts, they'll still look at you and be like, "Yeah, but still, you don't know that." I'm like,
JT, let's be real. They're not even arguing to be right anymore. They're just
right,
arguing.
it's just
They're just
arguing.
arguing to
So they
put
got
you down.
lips.
Yeah,
Right.
to put you down and make you feel less than. Look, here's the thing. If you're watching these dust panels, okay, for whatever reason, I saw Dusto return to one.
Oh,
I
me
don't know
too.
why he did
Me
it,
too. Me
but I
too.
meant to call him on the phone and dust
Me
him
too.
off
Me
in
too.
private about it. But Mr. Bennett,
I'm built for dust panels.
I promise you, the women out here, they argue for no other reason than to feel dominant over someone else. I'm not
Yeah.
even saying men because they do it to women too. You
Yeah.
know,
Man,
but there's no goal, there's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow here. There's no. I'm with you wholeheartedly. Then what's the point? Why would you bring
Yeah,
this up? I'm like I'm. There's no issue. There's no reason to argue, but they do
What's
it
the most common answer? Because I can.
right. And it's like because I don't understand it. For me now, like
Man,
there's no reason-
Let me go after Dusto. I know Dusto has something to say. Let me go after Dusto. I got
right.
Mandrell,
What's up?
there are men standing in line waiting to argue with these women.
You mean
Am I
women?
wrong?
What you mean women waiting in line to argue
No.
with these women?
There are men. Well, I didn't
There
say
he
that.
is. Yeah.
There
It
are
clicked,
men-
didn't it? It clicked, didn't
I'm
it?
trying
There
to
you
be
go.
nice. There are men waiting in line to argue with the
Nah, Hink.
waiting
Hink
to argue
was.
talking points with these very women.
I don't understand that either.
It's not, and
I
that's
don't
what,
understand that either. I don't get it. Like, I'm like, why would you even engage?
Unfortunately, dust panels do expose what America, what's really going on.
And it makes
It's-
sense, doesn't it, Dusto?
It's the
With some of
future.
these guys.
yeah, and the thing is, when it comes to these guys, that's
That's
what I was saying.
reality.
That's what I was saying in this video. I'm not arguing. This is what it is, and this is what it is. You either gonna listen or get your ass on. That's where we're at right now. Listen or get your ass on. So if I'm around a woman in my family and I say, hey, listen, this is what it needs to be, and she don't listen, okay, don't come back to me when shit crumble. Get your ass on. I mean, we need to have a get your ass on hashtag get your ass on. He got leave him at the restaurant. I have get your ass on. Leave him at the restaurant, get your ass on. It's simple.
I'll say promo.
I'm not arguing back and forth with no female. These women that are DMing me and telling me you ain't this and you ain't that. I can't believe you said that. Well, there's something in there that made your cat itch to the point where you want to DM me and tell me about me when whatever I said in the video is a reflection of you. You are that video. So get your ass on. You can either listen or go. Bye.
you made Coach K blush with that itch thing, boy. That was hilarious. But listen, this is another thing. That a lot of women unfortunately don't realize. We're hanging out with these men, like these feminine men, these the gay men. These are my buddies or whatever, my homeboys, and they're out having a good time. Like you said, it was a concert. Brother Black Man was saying it was at the concert. Here's the thing: as a dude when I'm out there, when I was younger on the hunt, I would love it when I see a group of like 3 or 4 beautiful women, and then they have this gay guy in the group. I go up to the gay dude, and he'll tell me which one is the one most likely to go home with me tonight. He'll tell me what to say, right? Because he's like, oh, you a real one, you a real dude. And it's kind of like what JT was saying. They really still on team man, right? They're a teammate. So when I walk up to a total stranger and I talk like he got some sense, he recognizes like, oh, this dude's top tier. He put me on. He telling me which one is the one I want to go, the best bet, the one that's going to act right, the one's going to do what we need to do tonight. And he's going to go in first. He's going to take the point, go in there and prep her for me coming up. So she coming up right now, social proof. My friend done said everything about this man, and this man is this, down the third. Guess who coming home with me tonight? You know what I mean? So ladies, I don't know why y'all, you run with these bad folks and then y'all get mad when you get run through, you get your back blown out. Now, I was jumping about it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say nothing negative. You know what I mean? Hey, I love 304s. You know what I mean? So I wasn't negative about it, but I still won. And I won because her homeboy, the gay guy, gave me the best alley-oop. I was just up there like, boom, got that. You know what I mean? Pat her on the back when she on that. You know, all right, good game, baby. We'll see you next time.
But then
So
that's another thing though. Hey, listen, it's like this. You know how you walk into a place and your phone ain't working? You ain't got no connection, and you turn on your Wi-Fi to see if there's a connection. And sometimes we'll just connect to anything and probably could get hacked. That's how it is with these women. Some of these women out here are badass routers, and we keep connecting to these badass routers. And that's what's the problem. I'm telling you, bro, if men said we're not going to have sex with these hoes, we're not going to be out here putting our penis in these trash cans, things would change tremendously. I'm telling you.
That's never going to happen, brother. That's never going to happen, especially in this. It's way too many thirsty dudes. You know what I mean? Hypergamy is real. It just, if dudes had that kind of confidence in game, it could happen. They could absolutely change the game. But I'm sorry, only the top 20 dudes, top 20% of dudes have that kind of confidence, have that kind of game. The bottom 80 guys, they gonna run up on the fruit that done fell off the tree, rolled all the way down the hill into the street, got ran over by the trucks. They gonna gladly pick that up and want to rock with that. It would never happen, brother Black Man. I wish it would. I wish it could. But take it from a dude. I just spent the weekend with a bunch of red pillars down in Miami. Fresh and Fit had their 1 million subscriber party. Great party. I mean, it was really grown up. I was truly impressed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to tell them, like, I wasn't expecting this. This was nice. You know what I mean? And bro, them dudes that was at that party was so thirsty, and one of the guys came up to me, man, I ain't never been to a party where so many beautiful women. And I'm like, why are you over here talking to me, homie? Like, why ain't you over there talking to her? And I'm an old man in the room, 52 years old.
Been to a party with so many beautiful women.
Well, and that's the thing, bro. I walk in that fucking party and just walk past these hoes. Listen, this the thing is, man. We got to look.
But you top 20, Black man. You got game. You top 20. It don't matter. You know what I mean. You got confidence in yourself. Most men do not. It is what it is, bro. You know, I'm a soldier,
and that's why when you start going to these parties with fucking belts. I'm just tired of these niggas. When we go to a party, them niggas over there talking, oh my God, I can't believe she talking to him. Just slap his ass in the head.
Did Fresh and Fit tell you to act like this?
I mean, God,
you know what I mean? Like, right. So it's like, what are you doing?
They doing the exact opposite of what Fresh and Fit is telling it. Fresh and Fit are kind of trying to tell these dudes to be closer to what Black Man is talking about. They're trying to tell them, like, nah, bro, you know what I mean? Like, it's recreational use only. Don't be giving your heart to these chicks. Be careful, protect yourself. Like Brother Hank is saying, always protect yourself. You know what I mean? You don't want to put a baby in one of these women because you're going to get wrecked. You know how the system works.
You know, these niggas,
don't you think that's the irony of that, though? The fact that, again, they're throwing this party and whatnot, and yet you saying the club is full of guys like that?
Bro, they had a boat, man. This was like a mega yacht. So it was, I would say 60% of the dudes, maybe 70% of the dudes were like that, bro. They never been in that environment, and the women are playing fair. I say this all the time about Miami. The women in Miami are just fair off jump.
You would say again? That hurts the brand, though, doesn't it?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. It brings more guys to them. These dudes ain't never been in an environment like this. They were treated like VIPs. Are you kidding me? They come in, but you know how much money they paid to get on that boat? Man, stop it.
And you know how much
I get it, but the boat is filled with, like you said, these bottom 80% men and whatnot. So how does that help their brand? Like, wouldn't they want to do it like an event like that where they bring in top 20% men together who know how to? There was
VIPs. There was still top. I was in there. There was still top dudes in there, and there was dudes like me walking around like, why ain't you talking to that chick? I was the dudes that know me. I was telling them to go over there and holler. It was like I was playing the coach, like I'm on the sidelines.
DSA, you had an opportunity to make a difference, and you didn't. All you had to do was go in the captain's quarters, turn that boat on, let it go mid-ocean, and find a way to put a hole in the hull, get on the escape boat and go back and let the boat sink. You could have gotten rid of a whole bunch of these fucking simps in one night. You could have made history. You would have made the Guinness Book of World Records to get rid of these damn simpinators because they on the boat. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I can't, oh my God. And most of these dudes have ugly mamas, and their mamas probably put them up on a pedestal and baby them. And
they don't die, they multiply.
Oh my God.
Those are their audience, though, right?
Say again.
Those are the ones that need help, right? The bottom 80, I guess.
Yes, those are the guys that are reaching out, and they're getting help in their own way. They are. I mean, there were some guys there that I've watched improve over the past year and a half, and they have absolutely improved. And they're taking this information, they're eating the meat, they're spitting out the bones, they're not getting lost in the messaging. But there are a lot of guys in there who, let's face it, people are just lazy, right? Everybody's looking for a cheat code, right? So when you're talking about the bottom 80, the bottom third of that, them guys are just happy to be in the room. You know what I mean? They just sitting around and they over there jumping up and down with 1090 Jake and Bandman Kevo, and they jumping up and down with Donovan Sharp. Meanwhile, I mean, honestly, like the average looks as far as women goes, the average age in there was probably 25, and the average was like a 7. You know what I mean? I don't believe in Kevin saying there is 7s in there. The average was a 7. Just keeping it 100. The women were 2 steps above average. And there were some dimes in there. You know what I'm saying? And everyone was dressed nice. And these dudes and the women were engaging with you. They might not dance with you, but they'll talk to you. Like, oh no, how you doing or whatever. You could go over there and run a little game. And these dudes were sitting back, jumping up and down, talking about free Top G. And a black man like, yeah, I should have put a hole in the boat, but I mean, I'm pretty sure a black man would have put money on my account, on my books, because I'd have been sitting there looking at 150, you know what I mean? What, been 150 counts of what? Murder or something like that?
No, 150 counts of water damage.
They should have had to. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know how many men? I wasn't even gonna say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You know how many men I blocked in my DMs that want to talk to Coach K or Queen Smile?
Oh my.
Yeah, man, who was that white girl on that show, man?
I want to talk to who now?
That motherfucker tough, man. Damn, you gotta
no, ain't gonna lie. Even I've heard people ask me about Coach K.
I'm like,
people have asked me about Coach K. Yeah.
Have y'all ever seen the chat in
Coach K? You got some admirers out here. I'm telling you.
No, but
have y'all ever looked in the chat on the dust panels?
Or on
I don't go to dust panels, bro. You know I don't go to dust panels.
After Cheeky show,
and the dudes,
yeah, but no, the women chewed me up and spit me out, and I was like, I have to take a break from this because this is just too much. Like, but he allows a different.
But
he allows a different.
You can't take these women serious. Like they're jealous. They're jelly, okay? They're jelly.
It's funny because people were like, don't pay attention to the chat. And I'm like, sorry, I'm used to Black Men Unfiltered channel where I love everyone in the chat. Yeah, I was like,
listen here, Deer Park. When they hit me up asking about you, I'll listen. You might get mad at me, but this is what I tell them, Deer Park. I'm like, her name used to be Chad, so she's got some really good work done. So if you want, I could put you on. I could put you on, but I'm just kidding. But that wouldn't even stop him. That wouldn't even stop him.
20% these days, though. So
right, that wouldn't even stop him.
Bro, it really wouldn't.
It's a dude that what's his name? I can't remember. I blocked the shit out of him. But he talking about hey man, tell Queen Smiley, man, if she wear them glasses, man, walk around the house in some lingerie, nigga, I'll pay all her bills. I'll pay her mortgage. What the fuck?
Simpity simp.
Block.
Hey, look what Brother Cody said in the chat, brother. That's my man right there. Cody is king, is fire. Look what he said in the chat. He like, so we need to slide in the Black Man Unfiltered DMs, you say.
And that's when Queen Smiley first came on the scene when that happened. If she first came on the scene, my phone, bing, 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 bing. I said, goddamn. Who is this? And then Coach K came on one night. I guess I told Coach K that picture was gonna bring some attention. She didn't believe it.
And it's the freaking worst one.
And she took a picture working out and showed that body, baby. Them motherfuckers went crazy.
It's my before picture too.
And I know it. I don't know.
And Coach K, that's why people are hitting me up, asking me about Coach K. That's why I got guys hitting me up asking me about you. Yeah, they Coach K. Look, I kid you not, Coach K. They ask about you. I think I had one person ask me about Queen Smiley, but he never talked to me afterwards. So,
what did you
say? In fact, that's the only time I've ever mentioned that. That's the only time. Even Queen Smiley doesn't know that happened until now.
Wait a minute.
He's never spoken to me since. So,
oh my god.
But they'll come in. Look, they'll come in on Instagram and ask questions. Like like if they see us on another panel, they'll come and wait until we're like backstage, not live. come on the panel and just wait it out until you're backstage and then ask questions about people.
I mean, but
It's like,
but black man.
It's crazy. It's crazy though. I mean,
but black man showed me the craziest video I've ever seen in this space, in the whole YouTube, black YouTube, whatever space. The craziest video was with that Dominican sister that was doing your show. The one that's like the real feminine, submissive. She works with her. Remember that video of the dude that was like on the show?
Out of there,
bro.
Oh man, you're so right. I mean, the dude. DL, did you see? He almost look, Gusto. The guy almost had his tongue hanging out his mouth.
Wait, I thought the man was playing.
Yeah, it was Lexi.
I thought the man was playing. Okay. I thought it was a joke. I thought black men staged that shit.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, he said, this what he did.
How you doing?
He had his camera off like this first. He said his camera off. Then she said, how you doing? He said, hold on a minute, turn my camera on. He turned the camera on. She said, hey, handsome, how you doing? He said,
who was this?
I forgot the guy's name.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. It was something crazy. It was crazy. And then look, me and DL both are like, because we talked about it afterwards. And DL said, hey man, Joe, who was that guy that was on Lexi's show? I'm like, that's my first time seeing him, DL, honestly.
I'm like, was he for real? Like, was that for real? Like, bro.
And remember, I was like, I think so, man. I don't.
We was reminding the hell out of it. We was like, hey, man, rewind it right back.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself.
No, we gotta hear them thoughts, Queen. Queen, we gotta hear them thoughts. But here's the thing, real quick, and we'll let Queen drop it real quick. Brother Black Man, this is why what you're saying will never work, because the average dude is like that guy. But Queen, let's hear them thoughts, girl. Let's go.
I'm gonna have to give you some pushback though, DL. Once you finish.
Trying to find somebody else to pay another light bill or something. So y'all know what it was. Stop playing. Lex was trying to find somebody to ding that cash out, and he was it.
Man, okay, so I'm gonna play the super chat, and we'll come right back. Here we go, Mandra. This for you. That's fine.
You will give me jam, baby. I ain't going nowhere. Chilling right here. Me and her every day on the track, chilling with the pocket queen. Knowing you weren't expecting this, so not like this. Nah. To the hook, now. Ain't that like when I sing freestyle? Ain't that like when I do it 3 times? You ain't even do the best, You ain't even do the best, The mic and the melody comes on, the rhythm to hold on, we can't let it go, no. Ooh, ain't that like when I do it 3 times?
That's funny. All right,
Black man. Do me a favor. You need to put me on with him. I'm redoing my platform. I want to commission that brother to do my intro, man. Can you please put me in touch with that brother? I hope I can afford it.
Detroit.
That brother good.
Yeah, he in Detroit. All right, here we go.
Hey, pay him $100,000. Boosie will do it. $100 bands, Boosie will do it now.
Wait till he get arrested again. It'll be 20 grand.
Right.
So,
hey man, I got some pushback for what your boy had to say. Once
give me just a second. I got a cash app here. I got a $5 cash app here. All right. She said, okay, don't say her name. Okay, cool. I ain't gonna say your name. All right, we got a $5 cash app here. She said, play the little girl on the drums. I think I deleted it. Hold on just a second. I think I deleted it. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see.
What's wrong with you?
There it is.
Andy Busher. That's Nandy. You know, y'all know who that is, right? Y'all know who that is?
No,
That's Nandy Bushell, bro. Like that was 6 years ago. She's way older and way better. She played with the Foo Fighters in Madison in the Forum in L.A. not too long ago. Check her out on Google, man. I mean on YouTube. Nandy Bushell. Bushell.
She did a clinic with the Pocket Queen. Woo.
She's one of the hottest drummers on the planet. That little girl can play for real. No, I'm talking for real. That little girl can play for real.
Yeah, the thing is, whatever.
She can play for real.
Yeah, we can see that now. What's it? The Wet Queen. What was her name?
Do you know who
the Pocket Queen? Yeah, now she's dope too. When it comes to music, she's dope too. She can play like 4 instruments or something.
Yeah, she's
craziness
cold
like
with
that,
it,
man. She
cold with it.
Yeah, she's musically talented, and she's the one in that video that he played, the one I like so much. The guy who's singing that song that you asked about, DL, the girl in that's who we're talking about. They're brother and sister. The dude who's singing and the girl in that video. Yeah, she's
Jay Moss.
Yeah, Jay Moss. Yeah, that's Jay Moss's sister. She's dope, musically talented sister.
Man, that whole family, brother. You know, that's the Clark sisters. The Clark sisters' mama and Jay Moss' mama are sisters.
Yeah. Oh shit! I ain't gonna be able to afford them dudes. Man, I'm gonna find somebody else.
I told you, $100,000 you can get Boosie.
Man, $100,000.
Ain't that Twinkie's son?
Hey, listen. So I know a lot of y'all. Today is Tuesday, and Coach K is here. So Coach K, I missed you last week. So I missed you so much. You know, I got to play your cousins. Your cousin sent me. I got to play your cousin's video. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is for Coach K. And after this, we'll do the pushback with JT and get it in. Coach K, let's get your cousins up for worship.
Because all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good. Every breath that I am I'm gonna sing of the goodness of
No rhythm at all up there. Hold up, Coach K. Why is it that every single individual person up there is moving to a different song? Every single one of them dancing to a completely different song.
That's my whole point. That's my whole point.
No rhythm in that whole room. My God.
Exactly. And it had to be brought up.
It was the airplane to me.
Dude, y'all know what the funniest thing is?
Yeah,
I'm sitting backstage controlling this whole thing. And so when the video playing, I can see everybody's facial expression. And Mandrell in the chair like this.
Yeah, I'll be making dance and be carrying on.
Hey yo, Coach K, is that how y'all getting down at Deer Park Presbyterian Church of God in the AK? Hallelujah and pass the ammo.
Oh my God, man. That lady in that blue dress that just starts spinning in a circle, bro, she take me out every time, bro. But JT, you said you had some pushback for for DL. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So DL, this is my question, brother.
Push back on these nuts. Go ahead, bro.
And that was disrespectful, sucker. I'll have you go information man on your ass.
My bad.
Sucker.
So basically, we gotta do it. So basically, what you said is, so basically, we go information man. So basically, when I came on this panel, I'm trying to give you some information, and you invite me to your nuts. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Shout out to information man.
Information man. I got one more. Information man told dirty folks. He said, "I'm gonna dip your face in some dough and make some gorilla cookies, sucker."
Yeah,
sucker.
He said, "Sucker." I'm gonna dip your faces.
Shout out to Red Fox.
Okay, go ahead, JT. I can't do it no more. Go ahead, JT. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh my God.
So yeah, DL. So this is the thing, man. We've all talked about this before that. When Black Man said that, listen, in order for us to even make any dent in a change, men are going to have to be the ones to take on the initiative.
Yeah.
to close down the shop. We got to stop being promiscuous. And the answer that men say is that men ain't gonna never do that. So how do we propose that we have a change when we can't even stop being to a point where at least we're selective, at least where we can be respected by society? Because even men don't respect men when it comes down to our sexual preferences. Men don't, or discretions. We don't. We'll screw anything, and then we'll revert back to nature. Well, then it sounds like that we don't have any discipline ourselves, even though, okay, we got urges and things. But one of the things that you, as my fellow Conrad military, one of the things that helps us survive in life is what? Having discipline. My question to you is that what do you propose that we do then?
I mean, how are we going to do eons of genetics? You know what I mean? The need to reproduce is I'm sorry, there's no discipline around that, bro. Think about it. As old men, it's easy for us to sit back and say these things. We're right. And like I said, black man is right. You're right. It's easy to sit back and say these things. But honestly, how is it going to happen? When you were 18, I'll speak for myself. I don't know what you was doing, but when I was a youngin', I had some of those, what do you call them, black man? Booger wolves? What do you call them?
Yeah, booger wolves.
But I got more than a dozen in my closet. Where they gonna stay? There's no video proof, so I always got plausible deniability. But I was out there doing my thing. I'm just keeping it 100. So I'm supposed to turn around and tell my 18-year-old self not to do that? It's impossible, right? It's just like, you know what I mean? So how do we do it? You would have to do it kind of like Andrew Tate was trying to do it, trying to empower men at the low level, trying to reach them when they're young. And look where that got him.
But this is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. Yes, when you talk about primitively, the need to reprocreate is at an all-time high. As far as like, I ain't gonna say all-time high. It's at an all-time low right now, right? One of the reasons is because most men are saying that they're fluent by women. So it's not about them being procreative, right? You talking about they're doing everything. They're screwing men, they're screwing women, they're doing all these different things. Then they're turning into women. And then you have women that are turning into men. It's kind of like they're really getting to a point where there's no procreation. So what it is that there's just a bunch of people screwing each other. They're not doing it for a purpose. They're doing it with no discernment. So the thing is that what's going to end up happening is that either you do it yourself or nature is going to show you that I'll show you how that you won't be able to do it. Because every time you mess around, you think you screwing a woman, it's a man. Every time you think you screwing somebody that's clean, they got some type of disease. And we already understand diseases are at an all-time high, no matter where you are in the United States. We talking about anywhere from 35 to 55% of people have some type of STD. What's the other one? STI or something that they have going wrong with them because of their sexual preference. So my whole thing is that if you tell somebody, hey, listen, just have some type of discrepancy with it, have some type of discipline with it, then we don't have to keep reverting back. Because I think that's where our problem is. We're giving a pass to these dudes. And now I'm saying these dudes. We're giving a pass to men. I don't care who it is. We're giving a pass to men to go out here and ruin their life. If you don't understand what child support, how it has ruined a man, you got to say, dog, you seen what just happened. We can't keep just saying this to the women. We got to say it to the men. Dude, do you see what's happening? You're getting destroyed out here. At least have some type of, this ain't like dudes are getting, this is my whole thing. When you're talking about this whole thing with child support, right? I understand the ones that where the guy and the woman were married and they got a divorce, and then there's child support and all that. But for the most part, that's not the case. Most of these guys that's getting these women pregnant don't know the women that they're getting pregnant. And then the other guy that's married to her don't even understand that child that he's taking care of is not his. So we already understand that we are getting destroyed as men. So why wouldn't we talk to each other and hold ourselves way more accountable when it comes down to our sexual preferences?
And dude, we're arguing the same side of the coin. I agree with you. I agree with Black Man. I do. All I'm saying is, because I'm a realist, you know me, I'm a soldier. Y'all, we all soldiers here, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm on the battlefield. I'm in the trenches. I'm simply calling back on my little radio, letting you know that shit ain't gonna work. Over. Right? It's not. These dudes are gonna bust. Right? They're gonna do it. The top 20 guys can afford to have baby mamas. They got the bread and they have all of the options. The bottom 80 guys are just, trying to get one. If they get an opportunity to smash, they're gonna smash. They ain't putting on no condom, they don't care. Right? That drive to reproduce. I agree with you.
But isn't it more than reproducing and busting one off? Ain't it supposed to be at a point that you want to be able to teach your children something? You can't even give your kids anything because your decisions that got you to a point where you can't be a father. They done got you to a point where you have no rights. It should still be at a point where we have to be able to talk to one another, and especially the young guys, and at least come up with something and saying, listen, we got to vet. Because we're getting destroyed out here. Now, if we don't want to pay attention to what each other is saying, then guess what? We're going to be talking to each other just like the world was talking to us. That's on you then. It's your problem. It's your fault because you didn't use a condom.
Yes, I agree with you. And using a condom isn't 100% effective, guys. I know people that were using condoms strapped up nice and good. You know what I mean? It didn't change the fact that they got a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? They got an 18-year-old. They got a 12-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, bro. And it's not just solely busting one. Here are guys in the bottom, men in general, when it comes to sex. Most dudes, yeah, they want to bust one, but it ain't like you smashing 24/7, right? So they want the companionship. One of the things I learned about rocking with the manosphere, being in the red pill world, these guys, you know what they really want, bro? They want a woman. They want one woman at home so they can go out and work hard and bring home the bacon and let her run the house. This is what they truly want. But
they're not doing it. They're not putting in the work to get that woman. And one of the parts of getting that woman is being disciplined. You have to be a disciplined man. No matter how much you want to screw that girl, you supposed to ignore her. If we ignore half of the shenanigans going on, or if we had our young folks, because I'm 50. My whole thing is to talk to the younger folks. The younger ones, 22, 18. Hey, man, that's not behavior that is becoming, because we're going to have to eventually do it, bro. We're going to have to eventually do it, or we're going to die.
Yeah, but JT, the thing is,
they're doing the best they can.
Hold on,
exactly. I'm about to say,
hold on 1 second, man. In the chat, they're talking about the condoms. My thing is this: it's okay to wear condoms, but it's all about changing the mindset, right? The mindset of what is it going to look like? You got an 18-year-old you never seen, or a 13-year-old you never seen. You're adding to the statistic of men that are going to be locked up. We already see the percentage of men that are locked up come from single-parent homes. You're going to continue to create these things, and so and some men out here need to get the condoms. Either the condom break or the condom fell out. Some men out here got dicks like the number 2 pencils with steroids. I mean, with hemorrhoids, and the damn condom don't even fit them. So my thing is this. You got to change the mindset. Find you a woman you want to marry and you want to be with, and have sex with that woman. The worst thing in the world is having a baby with Chewbacca. You one night you said, "Damn, I'm horny. Look at that ugly bastard over there." But when the lights off, I'm gonna tell her down. And you hear the shit, and you bust a nut, and 9 months later, here comes the baby. Now you got to deal with. Now you got to deal with number 1 and number 2, and then a hairy, ugly bastard baby coming up. Now you got to deal with a baby that you don't want nobody to see. You undisciplined.
You see now, Black Man now. See,
Black Man, why you gonna talk bad about your wife, man?
Hang on, black man. You paint that nice picture, but then you were still talking about a couple weeks ago, 70% of marriages are no sex marriages. So you trying to sell guys on guys trying to sell men on this dream, get the one woman and everything, and I'm down with that. But if 70% of these marriages are sexless, then how's that a good deal for them?
How's that a good deal? And then K-Soul was saying that
that's a message. Hold on just a second. That's a message. You're right, Mr. Bennett. That's a message. Women, listen, if you're married and you got that pussy tied up like litigation in the OJ case, you need to open that thing up and let your man get some of that ass. You can't sit around the house.
Now that has to come. Now hang on. That needs to come from the women, right?
Yeah, it does.
That needs to come.
Okay, women, if you out there and you married and you got that thing tied up like litigation in the OJ case, guess what? You need to let it go. Okay, sis, you wrong. Okay, you out of line and you wrong.
Yeah, and K-Soul was saying that common failure rate is only.
That message now, Queen. If you put that message on TikTok right now, would that get taken down?
I'll go after DL and I'll tell you how.
Really? You don't think that'd be taken down?
I think it might get.
If you told women, married women, y'all wrong and y'all need to stop it away. If you came out like that,
it wouldn't be taken down, but I would have a ton of wives jumping under there, comment saying, you don't know XYZ. First off, I've been married, I've been divorced. And my ex-husband would tell you, even when we were going through, the only time I did withheld was when we finally made the decision and the paperwork was going through, because I felt like he would do a B move and try to set me up for failure by impregnating me again and make me stay. And so I refused it at that time. And I told him why I refused it. I'm a good communicator. I'm like, no, because you ain't finna put me in that situation where I'm stuck. His new wife is stuck.
I think you'll get put off of TikTok for that, because that's a positive message that's going to help America.
So even though times was whack, he still got the cat.
He still got the cat. Why must I feel like that? Mainly because I'm just.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One way, something that I would teach the women, and I teach women anyway, or they're girls, they're teenagers, is not to. We don't treat symptoms. So if you're, making bad decisions, I don't know, you have bad behaviors, we're not going to just try to change your behaviors. We're going to go look at why you're doing those things. And what are you trying to solve when you do those things? What are you trying to gain, acquire, whatever? And usually it's like when you see that you're trying to do that and you're not going to get it that way, you're probably going to change your mind on what you're doing. I mean, that goes for peer pressure, like with drugs, alcohol, whatever. But it's like because it's not going to be a good outcome. So that's what I would say.
Coach, I don't get it. How's that help a married person? I'm trying to.
Well, I was going back to like before the married person, but even with the married person, I would say, does she see it as a problem? I mean, it depends on where you guys are at in the conflict. So it's like, okay, your husband's saying this, or maybe he cheated. I would say, well, what's your sex life look like?
Are we still talking about women holding out?
Yeah.
Are you trying to give women an excuse to hold out?
Me?
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to follow. I think I'm lost. Because it sounds like you're making an excuse to give women the reason to hold out.
No. So the initial thing I said is in regards to treating not symptoms, but going to the root cause, was in regards to DL and JT's like back and forth, in the sense of if you're talking to young men and like being disciplined, I would also say those women that are just, having sex willy-nilly, I would say,
okay.
Yeah, sorry, because I didn't want to get in before because everyone was talking.
Tell them what they are.
But so with those women, because that's another piece of the coin there, is those guys have to have sex with someone. But as far as, and I've spoken on this before, as far as the women not putting out, having sex, you guys know I don't agree with that. And I would say, hey, I mean, I'm almost the other end. I'm like, oh, if he cheated, well, were you having sex? Well, I mean, now, did you have communication? I would look at those things. I would try to hold her accountable, because at the end of the day, as like you guys say, if she expects him to pay the bills and go to work, whatever, That's your end of the bargain, lady. Sorry, but it is.
You know what I'm
So,
saying? And that kind of message, the way things are going now, that kind of message can get you canceled on TikTok. And that's the whole point of Black Man's theme.
Shoot.
Yeah, because they want everybody to be confused.
I'm gonna
You
try.
have to be.
I'm
You have
posting
to
that
be
in the
I had a
morning.
question.
confused.
I had a question for DL.
But are they going after men who speak the truth, or are they going after everybody?
Everybody.
Pearly Things got kicked
Everybody.
off of TikTok. They're going after women too. It depends
Good
on the
point.
message.
I think everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're a
everybody.
man speaking truth, you're getting off. If you're a woman speaking truth about men,
You getting attacked.
Right.
You out of
But
there.
yeah, I want to ask you about that Fresh and Fit million sellers. Now, I'll admit, like, I don't watch everything on YouTube, so I don't know what the basis of their platform is. Like, I know KS, his thing was he basically, from what I saw, was trying to get Black men and women to get together, or couples to get together. Is that Fresh and Fit's aim to pair people up, or are they just trying to have a conversation? Like, what is their? Because I'm just thinking, like, that environment in general, like, how many people realistically meet their wife at the club or at the party or what have you? Usually you just go in there just to hook up or whatever. So it's like so I'm thinking even still, like, the environment might be wrong for something like that to happen.
Yeah, the
So-
Nut
so-
Busting
They go to the
Coalition.
club for some milk and cookies.
Right.
so-
So I'm
the
thinking,
Nut
like, if
Busting
their
Coalition.
platform is to help people pair, then wouldn't they benefit from having environments where people can actually pair? People who buy into their message, men. I mean, because I know they got women fans, they got men, men who are trying to step up their game. Wouldn't they do better off having people try to pair? And there's just a solution. I'm thinking a solution now for anybody, that we should have more environments that allow people of like mind to pair up. Because the ones who are, like Dustin would say, like, if they lost, you ain't going to get to them anyway. But can we create environments where people of like mind can get together and hook up and pair up and build these families that we take, that'll be beneficial to us?
I'll answer that second part first. The answer is, yeah, I agree. There should be an environment built where people can meet away from, away from the streets, quote unquote, where, people of like mind, like kind of what Kevin was trying to do, right?
Exactly.
Now let's address the Fresh and Fit thing. That's not what Fresh and Fit does. Fresh and Fit is not a variant of Kevin Samuels. There are a lot of people when Kevin was alive, there was a lot of women. Oh, they're like Kevin Samuels. They're like, his proteges. I'm like, no, they're not. They're completely different. These are two young dudes who came up as nerds. These are the guys who were in the bottom 80, even though they had physical attributes that shouldn't have had them there. They were two nerds who figured it out. Those are their words, not mine. They said, we are two nerds who figured it out. Now, what Fresh and Fit likes to do, what the whole base of their platform and why they've had this phenomenal run, is they show in real time what young women are looking for. They show female dating strategy right there on the platform. When they'll do two shows. One show earlier in the day, they talk about getting your fitness together, getting your money up, being a more responsible man, learning how to network with other men, learning like these tenets on how to make money, understand game, maintain your frame, this sort of thing. Be the best possible man you can be. Those are the early shows. They don't get nearly as many views as they do for the late night shows, the after hours, the late night shows when they bring women onto the platform. And they'll bring, as many as, 15, 16 women. Normally they like to have about 5 or 6 women, and they'll have Fresh and Fit, and then they'll have like maybe the guest from whoever they was talking to earlier that day. And they'll ask the women, like, describe your ideal man. And they'll ask them, how much money would you consider enough money for a guy to take serious in dating? And these women, these young girls, right, they're women. They're not children. All of them are over 18. The average age is probably 24. And they all say the same thing. When a guy, I want a guy that's taller than me, generally 6 feet or taller. I want a guy that's making 6 figures or more. Some women would say they want a guy who's making $500,000 or more. I want a guy who is like, who is charismatic, who is well liked, who is respected by others, who has a good title. It goes on and on and on. And then they'll go and ask the women, well, how many men you think make $200,000 a year? What percentage of Americans you think? They'll come around like, what percentage of men make that much money? Like, like 90%, 70%, 65%, 50%.
Now,
right
I
there
knew
go.
they were gonna be clueless, but I didn't know they was gonna be that clueless.
Oh
And
yeah,
they go-
Here's the thing.
Very.
So when you watch Fresh and Fit, and this is just women who want to come onto the show for clout. They don't twist anybody's arm. They don't get them drunk. They get them on the show. These women, sit there and they try to answer these questions. They talk about female dating strategy. They talk about relationships. They talk about the whole partnership thing. They have all these conversations. This is why Fresh and Fit is so popular amongst young men and older men, because you get to see in real life what these young women are thinking. And the ranges, you know, it ranges from, they've had a girl on there who was 18 years old, and it ranges all the way up to they've had women in their 40s. They had a woman who was a boss babe. She was making the money. She was professional. She was squared away. And they talk about hypergamy all the time. And people are like, what is hypergamy? It's basically the art of dating up, basically. And this woman started crying on the set. She said, I wish someone had told me this when I was 22. Because she's sitting there, she's like, I'm lonely, I'm alone, and the men that I want won't even look at me. This woman was attractive. She's like, they will all smash me, but none of them would take me serious. And it goes all the way back. Now, that's Fresh and Fit, right? That's why they're so popular. That's why so many young guys come on there. Now, here's the thing. The majority of their audience, they know these lessons, but they don't apply them in real life. Goes back to what Brother Black Man is saying. These dudes who think they got game, they players, when they come to someone like me, I ask them one question. Have you ever told a beautiful woman no when she offered you sex? Right? And this is unrelated to what Brother Black Man is saying. That's why I agree with him. I bring this up. I say, hey, have you ever told a beautiful woman no? And they all look, what? You crazy? Ain't no way I'm going to say no to a dime? Nuh-uh. And I'm like, then you ain't got real game, bro. You don't have real game. And that's just facts. Like, you just don't have game. If you thirsty, like, if you can't say no to a beautiful woman, you need to go back to the starting board. You know what I mean? Yeah. And start over. But these guys can't say no. That's why I said, Brother JT and Brother Black Man, I love what you're saying. It's just not realistic, man. I know the dudes that are out here. I interact with them. Hell, a lot of them pay me to help them learn how to talk to women. The fact that they got to pay a grown-ass man to help them learn how to interact with other humans should say it all right there.
Why do you think this is, Dio?
Because they don't have any male influences in their life. Look at what's going on.
I would respect them more than the ones that think that they got it and they out here just screwing up. At least
I do respect them.
Taking it serious enough for them to want to invest in being a better version of who they are. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
I used to give them the game for free, but like they say, man, the game is to be sold, not told. If you give someone something, they're not going to respect it. They're not going to cherish it. But now that they're paying, they listen to every single word and they understand not only the techniques that I'm sharing with them, but they understand where the techniques come from. This is what Fresh and Fit is, Brother Bennett. And this is why it's so popular. Now, these guys, most of the dudes, I would say maybe 5% of all the guys that watch actually learn and get better. Only 5%. And they have 1.1 something million subscribers and growing.
So that's 50,000 men. So I'm saying if they created an environment where you can get some of those men to hook up with women who are serious about, taking the relationships to the next level, wouldn't that be a benefit? They don't even have to advertise.
Not in Miami, because that's the difference. Miami is a whole different planet.
Miami's not the place.
And they don't know how to approach girls either, probably, right?
Right.
They do not.
Sorry, go ahead.
They do not.
But when you hear these young ladies, they're bad. They're terrible. When it comes down to it's when you hear them, it's so illusional. When you just be like, what the hell? They don't know nothing. And so what they do is that they expose it. And the way that they do it is through conversation and dialogue. Like, one of the first things that they would ask the women, they go around the table and they would ask them, name 3 countries you can't use the US and Canada. Do you know how many women name states? How many of them name continents, cities? They can't. It's a gang of countries, and they all would say you can't. What's the other one, DL? You can't repeat what the other person.
You can't repeat what other, and they'll be sitting there like, you said.
With 3 countries,
she said my countries. Like, there was a planet full of countries.
Hold up.
Real talk.
I was on my friend DJ Kuda's panel one day, and he played this video of like them doing interviews, right, with with the new Americans and stuff like that, and. This dude asked a question: how many dimes are in a dollar?
Yeah, I saw that.
Is the dime the 5 cent?
Please don't tell me did nobody know that dang answer.
They didn't.
They don't know the currency. They can't identify currency.
Of a dime was 5 cents.
They don't know the difference between a dime and a nickel. Yes.
They don't go to the gym either.
Queen, yes. Pull it up on YouTube. Pull it up.
Believe y'all. I don't think y'all lying any
and he
rate.
kept saying that. I'm just like, this is
Queen
torture.
It's going to get worse.
Queen
I'm
Smiley.
just taken
Eventually,
aback.
also,
Queen
you're not
Smiley.
even getting real money anymore.
Queen Smiley, I told you.
Well, I've never mixed and mingled with people like that, so I
Queen
wouldn't
Smiley,
know.
I told you.
But I'm just taken aback a little.
And
I
they're
have-
driving on the street with us.
Here's the thing.
If you guys,
I don't get it.
if you
I
guys
don't
really,
get it.
It's that
I don't
bad.
get it.
if you
That's
guys
that
really,
bad.
if you guys really seen what they were doing, and this is why I give those brothers mad respect, because I understand it. I'm 50. I ain't trying to talk to none of them little dumb little girls on there, but I see the studies. They actually do studies on this. They writing this stuff down. They're documenting it and everything. It's a whole lot of things. They have a calculator called Build Demand Calculator. And the calculator, they ask women, you know, those basics. How much money should he make? How tall do you want him to be? Do he have to be married? They ask them these questions, and these girls go, and it's they call it the delusional calculator. Actually, they have one, and the calculator is online. It's what is it? The CDC. Well, I know it's it was based off of the statistics, the U.S. statistics. So it's a real type of calculator based off of dating statistics. I can't, but they call it the delusional calculator. And they ask these women these, and they're doing. I'm like, man. And they're doing it for a certain demographic. Like DL said, they start anywhere from 18 to about 38. The average person, the average woman is about what, 25, 26, 24, something like that. And so
Yeah, 24,
this is
25.
on our platform, I was like, who are we talking to? Because when we get people that's our age and in 40s and 38 and stuff like that, we ain't the ones we supposed to be getting this message out to. It's the ones that's out there that's flooding the dating market. They're flooding the dating market, and they don't know.
The delusional calculators in the back chat, y'all. I put it in the back chat, so it's right there if y'all want to see it.
Can I ask you guys that have well, you do have kids, but whether they're, I know Mr. Bennett, your kids are older now, but whatever. What would you tell me? Because I don't. And sometimes I really don't share this stuff on my Instagram because my Instagram is kind of for the teens. So I'm like I'm still trying to figure all this out. But yeah, I don't really talk about this stuff with my clients, but as I'm figuring things out with my business and where I'm going to go with this, but my target market is young people, but young girls, high school age, college age. So you guys that are parents, what would you say in regards to how I should approach something like this if I were to, because obviously we're not going to talk about it the same as we all do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Approach what exactly?
I'm kind of broaching this topic in an appropriate way. What'd you say?
Which topic though? We're talking about a lot. They're talking about a lot. So
just
pinpoint it and
I guess
we can give you a
because we want to help these people when they're young, right? And you know, that's why I'm helping them anyway. But I don't want to flat out say, so are you thinking about marriage? Well, you should be thinking about marriage, or you know what I mean? Like just flat out like that. But I'm saying just in this whole marriage, having kids, thinking about the decisions you're making are going to affect the rest of your life.
Well, you have to come up with you would have to come up with a you would have to come up with a process for them. Marriage is not what they should be worried about at that age. What are we talking about? What demographic are we talking about? 14?
I'm talking about
But it's pretty much goal setting, and you already have those conversations, Coach K. So if you're approaching the conversation with, hey, you're trying to meet young women or young ladies where they are, then of course it depends on the age. Having the general conversation, what are your goals or aspirations in life? Okay, so how do you view family? Try to get their understanding to see what kind of background they're coming from. So that'll help you kind of gauge the conversation in which direction you need to go.
Right.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But remember the lady the school teacher that talked to the 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds, and she said, "What are you guys' goals when you grow up?" And the young lady responded and said, "I want to have 2 children." She said, "Oh, you plan to be married?" And she said, "No, I don't plan to be married." She said, "Well, why do you want to have 2 children and not be married?" She said, "Because if I get married,
she get child support.
I can't get child support."
But do you see
That-
why I said talk to the kid first?
Right.
Okay,
Figure out what the
hold on.
goals and aspirations of that child is,
Right.
and then you can determine how to move forward in the
Well,
conversation.
yeah,
Because
for
if you
That's
get a
sure.
true.
response
Because
like
it has to
that,
be
then you know
No,
how to
individualized.
shape your conversation
No,
moving
I
forward.
know, guys,
Right.
guys, come on now. I'm
But
already doing that. No, I'm saying, how
Right.
do you guys approach the topic with young people? I'm just asking you guys for your experience because I'm not doing that yet. And in any way, parents are hiring me, and I'm just teaching them how to manage their thoughts and emotions from, just an awareness and maybe reach goals as far as. I mean, they're all different, but they mostly want to talk about school, like their grades and stuff like that. But I'm saying, as I'm getting more maybe bold and refining my niche and really being, I mean, obviously, I do have some fear about this, obviously, but I'm probably gonna do it anyway because I don't give a shit.
You need to talk like a grown up. You could talk to them like a grown up. Talk to them like you talking to one of us. Don't curse and all that kind of stuff. But you got to hit them with the realness. Like, listen, you 14 years old. You about to be grown. We about to have real talk. Don't talk to them the way society has us talking to one another. I kind of like Coach K. Like, I love you to death, but you come off like you come off soft. Love, you know what I mean? You gotta talk like you from the Fae. You got to talk like you from the Fae. You gotta talk like you coming straight out of Avondale, Candy Heights somewhere. You gotta come at them real. Like, listen, don't tell them, like, don't let the cute face fool you. You know what I mean? It's dog out here. It's player versus player. Like, and if you want them to take you serious as kids, they gotta look at you like, oh man, she being for real. So come at them like that. Come at them
More
hard.
experienced than you are, Coach K.
It might be.
These kids are a little more experienced than you are.
But this is where the problem is, y'all.
Some of them might be.
In
Hold
life.
up.
I'm just saying.
My experience, though, the things that I've been through, the only time I bring that up is if I can demonstrate how I applied this work. For example, I don't bring in my opinions. I almost said something that I tried to say.
No, say it.
No, I'll
That's
say
what we here for. We here to have an honest conversation. Put it out there.
it's about a client. No, it's about a client. So like, I just want to keep it confidential.
Okay.
But I'm saying like when I'm working with and I think part of this is maybe I haven't explained my approach, and because that could take a while. But really, I'm meeting with my client and I'm not believing their story because I can't help them from that place. I don't believe anything that they say. We separate out facts, thoughts. These are your thoughts, and I'm gonna push back on those thoughts. Now, of course, I'm gonna come from a loving place, but I'm not gonna, if they're playing victim and stuff like that, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're right, it does suck. No, I'm gonna say, well, this is what you're choosing to think about it. These are the actions that you've been taking. You know what I mean? So that's how we approach it, to basically give them ownership over everything that they're doing. But of course, we have to create awareness first, because half of the time they don't even know they have thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's an uphill battle, Coach K. It's an uphill battle. I see this on Fresh and Fit all the time. I don't even watch the After Hours Live anymore because I just can't take it. But you're talking about feels over reels. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. If you're talking about talking to young ladies, young girls, young women, teenagers, right? If you hit them with facts, they're just going to hit you with their emotions. Like you see it all the time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Sure.
I'm not pushing the platform, but for what you're talking about, look at some of their clips and listen to what these grown women are saying to Myron and Fresh. Myron and Fresh will sit there and they'll tell you, and this was on another good example of this was on Saucecast, Valuetainment, Adam Sosnick. The lead attorney was on there with Pearly Things. The lead attorney was on there talking to two people who were both divorced, but they were dating each other, thinking about getting married, merging their families. And y'all know lead attorney. He was like, that's stupid for you to get married. That's dumb, especially without a prenup. And the guy who was thinking about getting married, this divorcee, was like, well, family court isn't that bad. And the girl who lives in San Diego, in California, they encourage keeping the parents together, right, as a co-parenting situation. And again, feels versus reels. And lead attorney was like, what you're saying is absolute nonsense. I'm in the business. 90% of the time, women get custody of children. 90% of the time. When you tell someone these facts, they're going to hit you with their feelings. So when you come, Right, but again, like you're dealing with these young women, these young girls.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that. And I don't have an answer for that. How you deal with it? I just keep it 100.
I was just asking how, like Black man, you have teenagers, right? How do you talk to them about some of these topics? Like that's just that's all I'm asking is how, as a parent, you've kind of broached these topics, because you're not going to go flat. You're not going to go flat out, because we talk a little bit different. Like, is your audience honestly teenagers for this show? Would you say?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying, like, guys, I've already been coaching people. Like, I already know how to coach them. I'm just saying, if I want to eventually go maybe make content down the road so that I can get them, because we don't talk about relationships unless I'm teaching them how to take control over their own emotions and to stop being a monster like I was to my now husband. But
wait, you said monster, girl?
I was freaking insane. But
let's break out the tea. Let's break out the tea, y'all. Let's get it.
So let me say this. The way I talk to my kids is the way I talk to you guys. I filter it just a little bit, but even with my son, I tell him, I said, hey, listen, just for an example, I understand that you're getting a little older. I understand that your penis is starting to inflate to areas and ways and out there that you like.
That's the shit. Like, what?
Inflate.
I said, I think that, when you get up in the morning, you could probably slap a horse across the face with your penis and knock him out. However, I need you to maintain your sanity and not be out here putting your dick in. This is how I talk to him. He's 15. Put your dick in trash cans. He said, but daddy, man, no, I'm for real. Because I told him the day you get somebody pregnant, son, if that happens, God forbid, hold Bobo side. Hey, like, Jesus, please hold him. Don't go get nobody pregnant at 15, 16, 17. Wait till you're an adult male, find you someone you want to have a kid with, and unleash the fury. But for now, I'm taking care of you, and now I don't want to have to take care of a kid, and I don't want to have to take care of another young lady. We don't know the situation with her dad. I don't want to have to go to prison. Like, it's a whole lot of stuff involved in that, son, that you don't want your daddy involved in. And so for that reason, if you need something, come see me. I got some Jergens for you. I'm sponsored by Jergens. Just come and holler at your boy. And
I cannot.
Because what I do is, like, I'll take him somewhere. We'll go ride and I'll let him go drive or something, or we'll go to the shooting range. I'll let him shoot and talk to him or whatever. I just did that with my 19-year-old. Took her to the shooting range and she was shooting. We had a whole conversation. And so, you just got to relate. You got to know how to relate to them.
Half the time they haven't even been thinking about this stuff. But I do want to say real quick, I do stand on everything that I express up here, because I'm not even going to my older sister's wedding because I don't agree with her. Yeah, that's a story that I can share with y'all in the back chat. But yeah, I don't agree with it. It's just a long one. And I think I've told some of you guys I don't agree with it. And I've pretty much told her, these are my reasons and I'm standing on it. And that's just what it is. And of course, if you need anything, I mean, she's in Chicago. If you need something, you let me know. But I don't agree with your reasons. And I am standing up with, I don't think that family members, I don't agree with it anyway, but especially since you're family, I'm not just going to go along with it because you're family. It's wrong. Right. So I stand on this shit, but I do it in a loving way. That's like, it is what it is. Sorry.
Now I do it too. I want to say something real quick, guys. I want to pause for just a second. Hank, I have a gift for you because you just sent me something that was very disturbing. I don't know if he sent it to anybody else. A man caught his wife cheating and walked in and stabbed both of them to death. They got it on camera. But I'm gonna share this with you guys, and you guys tell me what you think. And I'm gonna let Hank go for just a second, guys. I just want to pause for just a few seconds because Hank started this conversation. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this.
I've been dating him since 2015. I met him when he was 21.
Say what?
And we had our first kid like a year after 2016. And we had another kid in 2017.
Wait for it.
And I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
Damn.
This was my son that I gave up for adoption.
I'm sorry. Let me just grab my stuff off the bus. Yo, what the what?
I don't believe that shit.
Yeah, that shit was staged, but I'm sure that's happening in real life. But that shit right there was staged. And Coach K, just last thing you were talking about, what is I got a daughter that's gonna be my daughter's gonna be 14 here in about 20 minutes, right? She's not in the boys. She's beautiful. She's tall. She looks like a high school senior. She's only in middle school. I absolutely continuously have these discussions with her. We talk about sex all the time. We talk about everything she's talked about in sex ed. We talk about that, and I explain some extra stuff to her. We talk about STDs. We talk about what it means to have to be a parent. We talk about the financial side of it, right? We talk about everything. If I told my daughter, if you get to the point where you feel that you're about to do something like that, you need to tell me. You need to tell me. You're not going to be in trouble, because here's the thing. These kids with their hormones out of control, Brother Black Man's doing a great job, but we're not always with our children. When that moment of temptation comes, they need to be comfortable in the fact that, you know what, my dad told me this day will come. So prior to this moment, I told my dad that, this is boy I like, and it is what it is. And I was able to take steps to help protect my daughter from this decision that she may or may not make. You know what I mean? So again, I'm 100 with it, because I'm not taking care of any more kids. No, you have a child, you grown, you out, bye. Go deal with that.
Well, keep me in constant prayer, because I can't see my teenage daughter coming to me saying, "Dad, it's time for some dick."
Sorry. And your daughter, and with all respect, your daughter is grown. When I was your daughter's age, I was in command of people. I was in command. You know what I mean? I had real grown up responsibilities.
Now, how old is your daughter, Dio?
It should be 14 here in about 20 minutes.
I have a 14-year-old as well, and their hormones, and my daughter, she's getting shapely, and it's hard for me. I'm not even gonna. I don't want to talk about it. Hank, Hank, what are your
my
thoughts?
daughter is 19, and I mean, I had a conversation. Me and my sister had a conversation with the kids. Her two kids and mine when they were in middle school, whatever, about sex. And it's just like, we could just kept it real. Like, hey,
they ain't
you lose your
listening to none of y'all.
virginity.
They not
Motherfuckers ain't listening to none of y'all. It has to be another. It has to
Shut
be
up.
another.
Y'all told your story. I'm telling mine.
You see, I'm quiet. I ain't got nothing to add to this conversation at all.
I'm keeping it 100. They ain't listening. This is where we got a problem, because we're not talking the real with them. Marriage, is it or isn't it? Is we is or is we ain't? We got so many people that's out here talking about it's not. We got so many people that's saying that it's not comparable for you can have a relationship without being married. Then you got another group of people that's saying no, marriage is the key. In the middle of that, you got the ones that we should be talking to that's talking amongst themselves, and they come up with shit like lit, capping, all this dumbass talk, and then they come up talking about some shit about 6 figures. We just told y'all that there was some women that was on there, and we ain't talking about we talking about a bunch of them that think that every man should at least be making 500,000. The rest of you dudes are broke, and now they're being in a culture of prostitution, because this is what they listen to. This music is what they're listening to. If your kids know the lyrics to a Megan Thee Stallion song or two, if she knows any, what's the other one? Cardi B, Glorilla. If they know, and please understand, folks, these aren't women that's writing their own rhymes. These rhymes are being written by men. So now you got women that saying they prefer a man. They don't care if a man has a boyfriend or not. They still would sleep with him. And I keep saying we got to get out of our own bubble. We think that we're saying something to them. They ain't listening to us. They don't give a fuck about what we talk about.
JT, let me tell you what my daughter said, and I had to check her ass. My daughter said, I like this dude. I said, okay, cool. I said, wait a minute. That name sound familiar. Oh, she said, oh, my best friend used to talk to him. I said, what the fuck? I said, no, that's how I would. That's all. No. She said, Daddy, this ain't like it was back in the day. Don't nobody care about that. I said, I care, goddammit. I don't agree with you talking to a dude that your friend talked to. What the fuck? And she said, Daddy. She said, Daddy. Oh, and she talking like this shit is just Pele shoes.
It's normal.
It's
No
normal. They
respect.
normalized it. So
No
she said,
respect.
Daddy, everybody do that. Like, you remember Patrice that used to talk to Thomas? I said, yeah. They ain't together no more, but Thomas talked to her sister. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's when I turn it around and I'm like, so how would you feel? Because I remember at the beginning of our session that you said that you didn't like this one girl because she was texting your dude. So it doesn't work both ways.
Oh my dude, this world. That's why when people be saying, I tell my kids, and you had a valid point, JT, when they not around us, they different kids, bro.
They totally different.
They
I got a
totally
27-year-old. I know.
Oh
I could be your kid.
Oh my God, bro. So Hank, what are your thoughts, Hank? Because I want to get you in on this conversation. What are your thoughts, man?
I didn't know when it was going to be my time. I was just sitting back patiently.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, man?
In my masculinity, I'm sitting in my masculinity. That's what I was doing.
Was you rested in it, Hank?
Yeah, all the way in it, baby. I was in the coma. I was in a goddamn coma. I'm like, goddamn, okay. But that video is it's crazy. Like you said, I hope it's a skit. But unfortunately, there's some people doing that out there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in the hills of Kentucky. I would see a couple of people like that. So, don't be surprised. But it's sad. It is really sad. But I don't know. Y'all was talking about the kids. Man, I'm straight up with my son. I don't play around. But I told my daughters the same thing. I said, unfortunately, with y'all girls, I got to worry about a whole lot of dicks.
There's that.
With my son, I only got to worry about one.
I ain't got to worry about one. That's what my granddad used to say, boy. When the women used to get on my granddad's ass.
That's all you got to worry about. So I demonstrated. I showed them how to put a rub on. We got a banana. We put a rub on. The crest of it. You pinch it, roll it down all the way to the edge. I don't give a damn if it's pinched.
You just say, make sure you pinch it now. Get all that air out of there.
Man, I don't care about it pinching your pubic hairs. Let it. You know it's to the end. And you good. Because let's all keep it real. These kids are not going to wait till marriage to have sex. You might as well forget that. So you might as well go on in there and prep them.
God damn, let me get myself together.
I know with my daughter.
Videos.
I know with my daughter.
Stuff together, black man.
I put her on birth control before she got to high school. I mean, that's just what I had to do. Because why? She had a goddamn hickey on the neck. Oh no.
Yep. Brother Hank, run that back. Say that one more time. You did what before you got to high school?
Birth control.
Do you guys talk about marriage and stuff though, and like what they want eventually?
It's a conversation. It's definitely a conversation.
Part of the conversation. It's part of the conversation.
They don't. But unfortunately, they don't see it. That's not the norm for my daughter. My daughter at her age when I finally stopped paying for the birth control, and she decided to continue to do it until she probably about 21, 22. She stopped. But yeah, I mean, she was so nervous. She didn't want to tell me she was pregnant. She was 23 years old. I said, baby, you grown. You graduated college.
Same thing with my daughter.
Grown-ass woman.
You tell me.
That's a conversation in of itself. So, I mean,
that was just her fear because she thought I was going to be mad or disappointed. I said, man, you grown. I was worried about getting you out of high school and getting you to a college and getting your degree. And once you did that, whatever happens after that, that's on you. But she was worried about telling me. And I said, okay, that's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. That's your choice. Congratulations to you and him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be responsible.
That's a combo,
right?
Yeah.
So
But
So
y'all talk
curious
about
what ladies would think about that. I mean, as far as and again, not putting out your personal business or whatever, but do you think, if going back to say if your daughters were like, 12, 13, that conversation about putting your kids on birth control or
I
putting
had
your
the same
daughters on birth
conversation with mine. The conversation he had
the
with his kids,
conversation, but did you
the
actually
same
go ahead and
conversation, and
say,
I actually did it. When my kids were in high school, I put them on birth control. My daughters got off birth control when they were
Yes,
grown. When they were
she did.
19, 20, guess
Yes,
what? They did their own thing. I couldn't control it at that
I
point.
put her on it when some of her 8th grade going into a freshman year.
I even had a friend girl
and
who
our
her
mother had a
daughter was getting
conversation.
ready.
And then I made a decision. I said, yeah, it's got to happen. Look,
Yeah.
Fix your face, black man. Fix your face.
Here's the thing. I had a friend girl of mine who got upset with me.
I don't want her to have more than just a hickey on her. I don't want her to say, hey, I'm pregnant.
Exactly.
Not doing
do
that.
you think
I had
them
a friend.
being on birth control made them more promiscuous or less
No, because
promiscuous?
you have the conversation.
Yeah, but
Here's
I
the
had,
crazy part.
Even if she
It's
did,
preparation.
I
It's
still
just
had to
preparation. If
do.
it happens, they're safe. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Even if she did, even if it did, I still had to do preventive maintenance.
Right.
You have to do preventative maintenance. You have to, because they're going to go out here and mess around. They're going to, especially one who's been sheltered. You know what I'm saying? More so than other kids. Now they free. You can't tell them shit.
them the easiest kills. Just keep it 100.
I mean, I did it at Murray State. Yeah. My first semester, it's only 4 months in your first semester. I had 4 different ones. Now I know my lady don't want to hear that, but that's what it was.
Y'all talking about marriage. Yeah, I look forward to my daughter getting married because she can't lose. I'm gonna be sitting here vetting the dude on make sure she got a guy that got stuff, that has properties, that has accounts, that has a good income. Hopefully it turns into a Disney fairy tale, but if it doesn't, guess what? She paid.
Yeah,
I'm just keeping
it
one.
At 20 years old, no, what kid? Exactly. When the kid's 20 years old, DL, you gotta have property, you gotta have all these things. DL, you're talking about a kid who's born into money, who has those kind of assets at that age. Come
That's
on,
if
man.
she's dating her age, right?
Thank you. Say it again, Coach K. Say it again, Coach K.
They born into money don't mean they got that property.
Right, that's true.
Hey, that's true. But that's if she's dating her age. She's probably going to be dating older gentlemen.
How many people talk to their kids? But that's it right there. So how many people talk to their kids about the whole dating market? So
That's
I
what I'm
asked
asking y'all.
So I asked the question to some adults, and I asked a gang of adults, what was it that you were taught about sex? What was it that you learned about sex? And what was it that you taught your kids about sex? Do you know how hard that question is? Those 3 questions are very hard. Basically, it's going to be crickets. And one of the things comes from when you was asking, and I'm glad we are having this conversation because this is what we've been talking about for the longest. Because guess what? If we keep talking about things that 40 and 50-year-olds are going through, the 20-year-olds that's going to be 40 and 50, they're going to be making the same damn mistakes because we're not actually looking at the ones that it affects, the ones that's having the kids the most. 22-year-olds, 22 to 25-year-olds are having kids the most out of everybody. So why aren't we talking to them?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and Cody brought up a good point, and this is probably something for another time. But there is, and I was put on birth control in high school too, so I'm not alone in any of this. But there are things that occur when women are put on birth control that can affect them later on, as far as just their hormones being out of whack or whatever. So that's also another thing. But then again, it goes back to
but a baby can too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But then again, you know what I mean? So it's like there's just so much to it. And really the reason why I wanted to ask this is because right now my niche, I do not talk to, I would need to get parents' permission, whatever. If my client asks me, hey, what did you do? Like, I'll tell them, hey, I went to school, but I'm not using my degree. It worked out because I found what I wanted to do. However, if I were in your shoes, this is what I would do. This is, you know what I mean? So what do you want to do? And this may not be realistic. Things like that. Like, I don't just give them one answer, but I also am not afraid to be like, hey, that ain't gonna work actually. So, you know, bring in some other stuff. But you brought up such a good point, JT. That is why we all need to be talking to these young people. That's why I work with young people, because they're the future, you know.
Under the current system,
they need to see what they need to see what's.
Let me say this one real quick. One of the things that I saw that a lot of women disagree with is the comedian Ricky Smiley. You know, he got a syndicated radio show and he making just buku money. But he told his girls, I'm paying for you when you graduate. My promise to you, I'm going to buy you a brand new car. I'm going to pay for the entirety of your school. I'm going to pay for you an apartment. You don't have to stay in a dorm. I'm going to take care of all of that. But these are the strings that are attached. Ain't gonna be no fucking, ain't getting no pregnant, ain't gonna be having no niggas riding around in the car that I bought you. He said your grades gotta stay up, and you get drunk or catch you in a club or done anything like that and not focused, I'm cutting you off financially. I'm taking all my shit back and you figure it out.
Absolutely.
All right, that sounds good on paper. But if she fine, think about it. Daddy cut me off. What she gonna do? She gonna go to, you know, Mr. Big.
He already did. She got stopped with a DUI. She got a DUI. He cut her off financially.
All right, that's fine. But she gonna run. If she fine, she gonna run to a dude who's gonna take care of. My thing is this.
It's her life, though. It goes to what you said. Hey, baby, hey, listen. I can be a little disappointed or whatever, but that's your life now. Now, who you hurting? Who you think you hurting? You hurting me or you hurting you? If he sat down, and I know how Ricky Smiley talked, he didn't just tell him that I'm just confiscating everything. He's telling them that I'm trying to get you set until you get covered by a man that can take care of you. Now, this is the last time. Now, if you start giving your shit away freely to a man that you don't even look at as your husband, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't got, it's over with. Right. You get them dudes that you out there screwing, you get them to pay on your shit then. Because I'm not gonna be no damn sipping ass dad.
Right, buy your car, pay 4 years of your college, pay for your car. What man and what dude in college that you banging up, that you letting bang you up, gonna do all that for you? You're not.
But she ain't just banging dudes in college though, brother. Right? She banging the hustlers, bro. She's banging the athletes, bro.
So she gonna have to deal with them. She's grown.
All right, that's fine. She's banging the promoters, bro. It feeds right back into this vicious cycle that we're talking about.
Go ahead. No, finish. Sorry.
I was gonna say that the thing with my daughter, bro. Like y'all were asking about marriage and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna find a suitable candidate. Help my daughter find a suitable candidate, right? And I'm going in thinking this shit ain't gonna work. But in 7 years, she gonna get the house. She's gonna get half of whatever he's making. She's gonna come up. Now, if the rules change between now and then, right? You know, I think the rules are gonna change. Why? Because more women are finishing college than men. Women now moving forward are making more money than men because they have college degrees, right?
That's not true.
No, that is true. Women are graduating college. More women
are in what's the word?
Enrolled
in college.
No. You're conflating the two. More black women are enrolled in college. Most of them don't fit. I'm talking about all women.
But women are graduating either, and we're not. But you got to put that in play too. We're not talking about STEM. We're not talking about something that when it comes down to jobs that are making the top
buku bucks. But I'm telling what I am saying is this: more women are coming. More women are getting degrees, and we all can agree you're gonna make $1 million more with a degree over your lifetime working than you will without the degree. Women are coming out making more money. Dudes are not enrolling. Dudes are not finishing school, right? Not even the trades. I think this is going to affect the family law system. Why? Because women are making more. The dudes are staying home with the kids. So now we're going to have situations where women are paying men child support. The same court rules that apply today are going to benefit men tomorrow. And once that starts happening, then they're going to change the system because the society will not sit there and let women take care of men. And that's what it's going to boil down to. But until then, it's just I'm working on the system that we have today. My daughter I'm gonna make sure my daughter finds the guy with the house, the guy with the 401k, the guy with the money set aside, the smart dude, and I hope it works. A good guy. I hope it works. I'm gonna try to keep my daughter there. You know what I mean? Hey, make sure you be a dutiful wife and all this other kind of stuff. I hope it works. But if it doesn't, I know she's walking away with bread because that's how the system works.
Right.
Your daughter gonna say, Dad, I know you was trying to do well, but let me tell you, he's a good guy, but he smell like Doritos and Funyuns, and I can't do this shit.
So go ahead and divorce his ass. Go ahead and divorce his ass. You getting half. We set that up already.
He smell like boiling hot water.
And I just saw a woman having a whole conversation about this. She was sitting on the couch and she said, sometimes women just don't want good men. Sometimes it's not necessary. We don't want good men. So my thing is if these young ladies are thinking like this, and right now, 10 years from now, this fucking world's gonna be upside down.
Oh my gosh, people are going to be terrible. Rugrats everywhere.
Well, they're going to be what's happening is that they're going to be in competition with men. This is what's happening now.
Men.
So, and it's going at a rapid pace. But a lot of people don't think that it is. They're in competition with men right now, just like what DL was just saying. You got men, and I do agree with that. You got men out here that's not trying to be anything. Right now, if you look at how the economy is, you got have and have nots. That's it. You got guys that's willing to work and do whatever it is that they take to work. Now, one of the things that I can say is that right now, getting a degree is not a guarantee on even having a decent job, because most people don't use their degree until they're about 4 years out of college. They're under, and like 75% are under and unemployed.
Need her money back too.
Yes.
And then Auntie Sally, need hers.
When
and
they get the degrees, they still don't have on-the-job experience.
But to go back, that it does affect socially. Now that was kind of dope. The idea that you have, DL, that is a dope ass idea to have. You can't do nothing but try. And I wish you well on that too, brother. But
one thing,
I mean,
I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Let me get the super chat out the way real quick. Hold that thought, you guys. Information Man's in the building with the $4 super chat. He said, Black Men Unfiltered, much respect. Appreciate that $4 super chat. Let me give you some real, let me give you these paradiddles real quick.
That was fire, bro.
Stanky, funky.
Can I say real quick, and I don't want this to open up a whole nother can of worms, but something that I push back against, even with my dad, is because my dad will say the same thing. He'll be like, with my older sister, she's an adult. She's going to do what she wants to do. It's like, hey, I'm not telling you that you need to go tell her, drag her from Chicago and make her do this, because you can't, obviously. But I still think it's important to speak up like I am and say, this is wrong. I don't like the decisions you're making. Here's why, and leave it at that. But I'm not going to just go along to get along. You know what I mean?
You know what I hate is when I'm in the middle, I'm in the present moment and I'm doing something, right? And then it goes left. And then it's like, well, I saw that happening, or I saw this, or, you know what I'm saying, after the fact. Like, no one said something to me during the whole situation. It's like, shut the fuck up. So it's like, I agree with Coach K. You have to, like, if you see something, say something. Right. And it's like,
and after that, do what you want.
Something was said to me in the moment, I could have saved myself. You know what I'm saying?
But my thing is this. I feel like this, guys, and I hate to be an asshole. I'm sorry. I graduated from Asshole University. Watch this. if my brother or my sister, they know better, and you know that this man ain't shit, and you know this woman ain't shit. And I remember telling my brother one time. I said, son, come here, brother. I said, that ain't the one for you right there. That she ain't shit. Hey man, don't disrespect. I said, don't puff up now, because we'll tear this bitch up. I said, listen, I'm trying to tell you that she ain't nothing. This motherfucker ain't nothing. I'm telling you, I'm looking at her body language. She didn't put that pussy on you so good, son, that you a Trekkie in Star Trek. You blind than a motherfucker. You're not listening. You're not paying attention. And he, oh man, I love her. Okay. I said, all right, bro, I ain't saying nothing else. 6 months later. Man, let me tell you what happened. What happened, bro? That bitch cheating on me. Cheating on you? I said, you talking about the shit, bitch, I told you about 3 months ago, so don't come to me now.
Not the angel.
Not the ain't what? She cheating on you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I said, this is what I want you to do. He said, what advice you got for me? I said, let me tell you what advice I got for you. Bye. I don't have no conversation with you because I told your ass 6 months ago and you didn't listen to me. And I don't have time for that. When I tell your ass something, that's what it is. You don't believe it? That's okay. That's fine. You deal with the consequences.
But you did your part. You know what I'm saying? You said something. You said something.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do.
But at least you said something, you know?
Yeah.
Right. My situation wasn't wasn't a relationship kind of situation. It was a situation where my aunt was dying and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not a person who can be around that really. You know what I'm saying? And I learned the hard way. But everybody else saw how it was affecting me. You know what I'm saying? They saw the change in my behavior and different things like that. They're seeing this, but they're not saying anything. That's why I said that kind of stuff pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you see something, because the person may not see it, you know?
Right.
So it's, if you really love and care about that person, you're going to say something, and it's on them to do with the information that they will. But at least you said something.
Some people are afraid of the reaction they may get. So, I mean, are you the type, and be real, are you the type of person who, if you ain't feeling that information, are you just going to take it, or will they get an earful from you because you share?
Oh, beautiful animated, tell the truth now. Tell the truth, goddammit.
No, I'm not going to lash out. I mean, I'm either going to go with the information or...
No, I'm just asking. I'm
telling you, I'm going to accept it, I'm going to reject it, but I'm not going to be...
Old me would have freaked out, but me now, no. I would listen and I would take it,
I'm saying a lot of people
from an objective point of view, for sure.
I can hear beautifully animated. I can hear beautifully animated saying "fuck you." Get out my face.
Hey, Black man. Like Coach K said, like me back in the day. Yeah, but I had to.
So this is someone who knows you, right? So I mean, if they know that that's in you, they know that
me. I'm saying they've been with me through the changes also. Like, this is family. I've grown through the tough situations, like the tough talks and stuff like that I needed to hear something. Yeah, the truth is painful. Get your feelings hurt. Especially
I think if the world tell the truth,
but
I feel a lot of men should tell the truth. When your woman come in and say, "Oh, look in this dress, it's fucked up. It looks that's horrible." I think if you got to tuck that motherfucking roll in right there, baby, ain't no reason to be wearing that shit. It's like
but that's what I'm saying.
That's just an example, but I'm saying
if I'm asking you, how do I look in this dress? How does my hair look and all that stuff? Terrible. I want you to answer honestly, because I don't
want to make a decision. Really? I just want you to tell me, and then I'll base my decision off that. That's how I would go.
But ladies, let's keep it 100. You gotta say it the proper way.
Oh shit.
If you answer, I'm with Black man. Here's the thing. That's a trap for anybody. Like, for dudes. I give you a perfect example. Right. Just this weekend, I was down in Miami, right? And whenever I go to an event, I never go alone. I had a team of 5 with me. I had 3 of them in my suite getting ready, and they were going through their clothes, and one of them came out. Which one should I wear? Should I wear the black one, or should I wear the gold and black? Now, I couldn't tell if she looked horrible in the black one. I couldn't just say it like Black man. How I look in this? You look like shit. You know what I mean? I couldn't say it like that's how Black man rocking with it. But I did. I was able to convey that the black and gold was more appropriate for the event in which we are going to. And guess what? I was correct. And she wanted to listen to me. Why? Because I was the man. I am the man. They wanted the opinion, and I had a leadership role. They listened to everything I said. I'm not saying this as I'm some sort of pimp or nothing like that. It's not this what I'm not trying to say. I'm not trying to say. I'm just trying to let y'all know.
But yeah, I was already there because you said you had a team of 5, and so I'm over here trying to process
You
it.
find
And
out,
I
boy.
was gonna wait till we got in the back chat.
All right, we get
to
it back
actually
check. I break it
clarify.
down, but it was
So-
for networking and promotional purposes. It's not like
Gotcha.
it's business. It's
Right,
business.
So
I'm
Dia,
not.
so Dia, I'm not going to be that vulgar. However, I will
As
ask
long
a
as you
few
get the
questions.
message across.
If you come past me, like a Beautiful Animated wearing all these crazy ass wigs, if me and Beautiful Animated was a couple, and I said we're going to have dinner tonight, and she came out with this goddamn wig on that looked like a baby from Madonna and Mary J. Blige, I'm gonna say, hold me, Jesus, while I get this out. I'm gonna
I need the cone bra.
I'm gonna tell
I
her
need the
straight up.
cone bra.
You're gonna be like, she gonna come out and be like, hey baby, what y'all say? Where you going?
Yeah, and who you going with?
And who you going with? What you talking about, baby? You gotta do something with that. I'm not going to go with you and that living being on your fucking head. You got to
What, the curly one?
shit off your head.
I know it's a little flat right now.
You need to consult me 24 hours before.
Hell yeah, you can't go with me with that fucking wig on like that. You can't. You just can't.
But that goes to leadership.
We're here looking like we the 5 heartbeats. No,
right. That goes to leadership. That goes to respect. That goes to being in your masculine and her being in her feminine. I did want to ask you this though, brother Black Man, because I've been thinking about what you said about getting young men to say no, getting young men to say no to sex, right?
Yeah.
To be the gatekeepers of sex. And I've been thinking about this since I first heard you say it. You said this first time you said it was a couple weeks ago, and I've been thinking about this, bro. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. Men are the gatekeepers of relationships. I truly believe that. You know what I mean? That's that they preach that in the Manosphere and the Red Pill. I just don't see it working because men really do want sex that much. I'm stuck. I'm just trying to get somebody to convince me how this is going to work.
Let me tell you something. So this is the thing.
Hold on, JT. Let me say this real quick, and you can cook. Listen, man, I was watching this tech thing the other day. Back David, know he's in the chat. He know what I'm talking about. They have a robot in China that will fuck the shit out of you.
How much that cost? Wait! Stop the goddamn show.
Is that a male or female?
You got that? You got that in the back chat?
Both.
You say you got the link?
Yeah. They got these dolls, and I think the dolls are like to shit.
Wait.
The Japanese started that.
Yeah, it's like 10 grand, 10, 8. It's
the Japanese started that.
Yeah, it's the price of a Ford Focus. However,
it's gonna fuck you, not you fuck it.
No. Basically, you program it to do what you want it to do. So you would position it, and it would actually get on that thing and actually stroke that thing out. Like it would. Yeah.
Does it have rights?
God bless Voltron. Not yet. It ain't got no rights yet.
Right?
God bless Voltron.
We're going
Now
there,
I did see a video of it being, shown off, and they did show the doll, the female one, in the position on top. And you saw her, she started out like this, and then she ended up. I say, God damn. So
we have a winner. Y'all through it. It's over, ladies.
Eric, can you imagine if one of those things malfunction?
Right. That's a good point.
What?
Good way to go. It's over for y'all, ladies. It's a wrap.
Coroner comes over.
It'll malfunction and then start talking to you because it can talk to you as well, and moan and all the other stuff. But it can malfunction. Remove penis. Anything.
Y'all motherfuckers crazy, man.
Coroner report, man. Oh.
Can you imagine she mid-stroke and she's looking at you and be like,
That's worse than Mr. going on top of me.
Remove penis.
Abort.
And you can't get her up off of you. And she start removing it. See, ain't nothing you can do with Holla.
Man, you be on that phone with tech support so fast.
Gonna be Westworld in a minute.
Boy, hey, listen.
You sitting there crying. Listen, man.
Hey,
want my money back.
I'm sitting up here doing the show. She rubbing my shoulders and shit. Just shit. But no, real talk, man. I think it needs to, man, listen, I wish all boys could have something like that or something, man. I know that's far-fetched, but I'm just saying. We got to stop these young men.
Bro, we cannot use artificial intelligence when we have the ability. This is the craziest thing. We have the ability to say no. We have the ability to go and abort. We have the ability, but we keep giving ourselves passes. This is my thing. Sex is way more powerful than what we even give it credit for. This is the craziest thing. You know how dope it is for two people to get together, have sex, and create another damn person or two? That's some powerful shit you could do. We didn't sat back and we gave in to our urges. Now imagine if you did it when you guys at least got along. Before, this is why they tell you, before you had kids, first find out what each other is. Learn who that person is. I want to be at a point where and this is what we should be telling the younger folks. I want to be able to see my wife and my husband when they're not fathers and mothers yet. I want to be able to see that. So once we get to be fathers and mothers, now we can see another level of life that we have. You come to fruition because me and your other parent liked each other, at least liked each other. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to try our best to get you through this life and usher you to adulthood so you can do the same thing that we did and do it even better. That's what it's supposed to be. Why? Because guess what we are? Energy. When men have sex with women, we think that it don't affect us. It definitely affects us. This is why you would have dudes say, quit chasing pussy and trying to get money. It never works for men. All you got to do is make the money. Everything else is a byproduct of you having the money. It is like, money is like a lubricant of life. The more you have it, the easier it is for you to slide your ass through goddamn life. That's just what it is. If we can get together and say, hey, it's not all about money. It's not all about getting the best job. It ain't even just about just being married. You got to have some purpose behind all of this shit, even with marriage. This is why so many people get married and divorced, because they have no purpose. They have no purpose behind it.
Right.
Even when you're having sex with a person, there's no purpose behind having sex with them other than to bust a nut and feel happy.
Right. And JT, my thing is, the only contention I have with what you said is, and it's not you. I want to preface by saying I understand that this is just the way it is for 99.9% of the cases. Okay. But the issue that people are overlooking when money is such a huge part of it is that your relationship is not genuine. It's not based on anything because the money comes and goes. That guy can be broke far faster than it took him to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Or get to the place that he is. For example, take a guy making $120,000 a year. What happens when he gets fired? And the economy, and the economy in 2023 with this job market, DL knows what I'm talking about. How ugly shit is getting, because the projections of late last year are coming into fruition. It's happening. Every business is tightening their belt. So what happens when that the company downsizes and we got to let you go? We'll get you with a severance package and whatnot. Okay, that big paycheck ain't coming regularly no more. What happens when it's hard for him to find a job? Because now his worth is so expensive, he's pricing himself out of the market. Companies are looking to hire people cheaper. Look at what they're doing with these truck companies. They got automatic trucks now. I mean, companies are looking for a way to get rid of people and move to automation. So, so what I'm saying is it's not based on anything. It's based on something that's just fleeting and not tangible. It's not real. It's
right. And
so why are people not looking at that? And then
again, if it doesn't have any purpose, that's what I was just making. That was the point I was making.
Right.
Everything that we do has to have purpose behind it. Other than that, if it don't have any purpose behind it, it's just a hollow shell. It doesn't have anything that's tangible. making money. We know how many of, that's why we know a bunch of people that were rich one time and now they broke, because they had no purpose behind it. They had no purpose saying, okay, I'm gonna take this money I have, invest it into something that they can't take from me, which is my business. They can't take it when I build it with not just myself, but I give it to my kids, and I got brothers and sisters, and I got all these other people. I'm building a community with my money.
And it's all about, and I think, to interject, I think it's all about who you're married to as well, or who you with. Because
part of the community.
Because look at, let me give you an example. I always use her. Security boss. Security boss said they were in a situation, her and her husband was in a situation where he lost his job completely and lost that big money he was making. And while he was struggling to get trying to get a business started and all the other stuff, she said she went out and did real estate, and she was making 6 figures. And she said she would bring that money home and give it to her husband. He can delegate the money that she made the way he saw fit. And and that part right there alone, women ain't finna do none of that. And then the second thing she said, you know what, black man, this was behind the scenes, and I hope she's watching. Much love to you, security boss. She said, Mr. Boss can lose every dime he got right now. She said, we can look at our account and go bankrupt and be broke. She said, but you know one thing that's gonna stay the same? Our marriage. She said, I don't give a damn if we outside in a cardboard box and it's storming outside. She said, guess who in that cardboard box with him? Me. She said, because
when she said it, all the women turned their face up to her.
Right. And she said, money does not define my relationship with my husband, but my love and my loyalty to him does.
Right, and that's my thing. Like, so few relationships are rooted in that nowadays. And
hell no.
Like I talked to my mom and my sister one time about relationships and everything. And while I was single so long, and what you described, that kind of loyalty, that kind of trust, is what I described to them I was looking for. My mom was like, "Shit." I don't think you're gonna find that. Like, that's my mother now. Okay. It's like, shit. I don't think you'll find that, son. I mean, I said, yeah, I know, but hey, you asked me what I was looking for. That was the question.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the answer. This is the answer. Now, here's the thing.
Let's be real, man. What woman?
You do have to compromise, and you do have to, you know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that you're not going to get everything. You're not gonna get everything you want, you know what I mean? So
I can't see, but Mandra, I can't see it. I'm gonna say this: in the world we in now, I'm like your mama. I cannot see a woman saying, you know what, Mandrell, I know you're down right now, and you lost this job you didn't have for 15, 16 years. Times ain't got bad. I'm gonna go out, and my job is making 6 figures. I'm gonna bring that money home, and I'm gonna make. And you're my king, and you could delegate that money wherever it needs to go, as far as bills, as far as things that need to be done around the house, because that's our money. I'm just going to make the money, but it's our money 100%.
Right, and see, that's the thing. That's the kind of shit I'm looking for in the marriage as well. You know what I mean? You're putting your resources together. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're married, what affects one person's credit is going to affect the other ones.
Yeah.
You may as well put your money together as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, the conversations we have, and this is the conversations that we have to have, involve the younger folks, man, because they have no idea of stats, they have no idea of economy, they have no idea, and it's the funniest thing. A lot of them was getting straight A's in school. They graduated with 3.0s and 3.4s, and when you ask them basic things like this, the stuff that they need to survive in this world, one of the things is family. You need family to survive. You can't do none of this shit on your own. It ain't gonna happen. I don't care if it's a community of people that are non-blood or whatever, but we have to be able to say these things to them. We have to be able to talk about these things with them, because these are the ones that's coming up in the ranks. Think about what we had, the show that we had, my platform and your platform, where Mandrell did when we all did the Millennial Show, right? When we did that, and how they were kind of like, it wasn't that they derailed or anything, but when we seen how the millennials were, even how sensitive they were, right? How they were talking, and these were just the brothers we know. Now imagine talking to the other ones that they're. I'm telling you right now. You talk to my boy Rob, he'll tell you like, damn, these dudes ain't trying to hear nothing y'all talking about right now. Nothing. He's an outlier. CJ, outlier. Tez, these are outliers of that millennial, the millennials, right? They're outliers of their peers. And we're not talking to those folks the way that we're having a conversation with each other. Because once we start talking to them and we start getting information, we'll find out so much about what they don't know. Then we can help them. But we don't have it. And I'm gonna tell you, it just came down to the point where we just don't know. So once we get to the point of saying, man, we just don't even know. We don't know how this shit's gonna turn out, but we gotta try to do the best we can. Like when DL was saying, hey, this is my plan to do this with my daughter. Somebody can laugh at it or whatever, but that's what that man planned on doing because he's looking for a different type of outcome. And it makes sense to him. And I don't see anything wrong with it. Will it work? We got to see. That's just it.
Well,
because I wish I could do something like that and then things would be fixed. But man, that's who we got to talk to.
Yep. All right. So guys, thank you guys for being here tonight. We're going to go two final thoughts. We're going to start with Beautifully Animated. What are your final thoughts of the show tonight?
Let's see. I didn't get a chance to say why your videos were taken down and stuff like that. I'm thinking because you're cop blocking.
Nice. That could be it.
That could be it,
right? You're messing up the game and stuff, telling hypocrites not to be hypocrites.
Yeah. You know what? I will say this, Beautifully Animated, to that. If I'm cop blocking, then I'm gonna keep doing it. I think that the cops need to be blocked, and simply because they need to stay out of these booger wolves' houses at midnight. I'm telling you, them just going in there having sex with these Neanderthal, half hippo, half giraffe face ass females, and then you getting them pregnant, and your baby coming out looking like a pack of annihilators. But go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, Queen Smiley. I apologize.
But no, that was pretty much it. Just be honest with people. The thing is, if there weren't so many hypocrites, there'd probably be more couples and more couples staying together because people would be keeping it real. No one likes the fake shit. I mean, it gets tired after a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Anyway. I'm Beautifully Animated. You can find me over here on Black Man Unfiltered. My channel is Black Man. My channel is Beautifully Animated Speaks and Beautifully Animated. I have two channels. My IG is Beautifully Animated, and catch me around.
All right, assalamu alaikum.
Wigum salam.
All right, Queen Smiley. Well, you look gorgeous tonight. Oh, go ahead. I mean, I just want to give you a compliment tonight.
I appreciate it.
Holla, 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 holla.
God bless you. I said it last week. A hit dog on Holla. When we first started talking about these videos, that's typically what happens. We come from the South, and that's what our elders told us. So yeah, when you start having conversations, especially real conversations about things that affect people emotionally, those triggered conversations, which is what we see on in social media most oftentimes than not. That's just what it is. So yeah, some of it is, I'm not saying some of it's true, some of it's not true. It's a bit extreme at times, because you're just comedic extremist. You like to say outlandish stuff because that's just what it is. I'm gonna stop saying silly
When I
shit
said 15, when I said 15 years, I meant they have to be there for a long period of time. I mean, they need the therapy for real.
But yeah, I'm gonna stop saying silly stuff like booger wolves because that's terrible.
Booger wolves.
but that's what they are. I don't know what else to call them. That's the nice way of calling somebody flabby. So yeah, I mean, that's the reality in regards to parenting and teaching our kids and trying to train up our children in the way that they should go. As parents, it's our responsibilities to have it's our responsibility to have the candid conversations. And unfortunately, some of us as parents, we're too old now to have those conversations because those children are now doing what they're doing. But for the young ones that are coming up, like JT said, and we mentioned it, I think it was last week or the week before, JT, we need to start having these conversations with other people, the people that we really need to have the conversations with, because that's how we get to the solution. But Dwayne, it goes back to what you said also. Hey, we got a Senate, you know, and a House of Representatives for a reason to keep having the conversation, to keep coming to the table to try to figure out how can we make a way forward. So I think that's just what we really need to do. So you can find me here on Black Men Unfiltered Network.
All right. And Queen Smiley rules coming soon. Listen, hey, Queen Smiley, we enjoyed your church Sunday. She came in with the church.
Look, I got a blessed phone call today.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Telling me thank you for coming out to visit. I said, girl, if you don't get the hell off my phone, shit, I'm busy. Well, I didn't say that. But I thought it was super sweet.
Maybe you should have.
I said thank you. You know.
Maybe you should have.
I told him I'll be back for Family and Friends Day. So yeah.
Family
Shout out
and
to
friends.
yeah, so some people like the fellowship on like Mandrill, you know.
Uh-oh.
Wait, in divine and wait, and engage in divine worship.
Go ahead, take me down.
No, you want me to engage in divine worship?
Shoot.
Yeah, like tell her she wants me to engage in divine worship. What?
Pick and choose your battles, my friend.
Man,
right? You know, I'm not winning that one.
No, pick and choose your battle. It's a hard life out here for a heathen. Hard life for a heathen out here.
Ain't it though, man? And you're the friendly one.
I am friendly.
You're
I
the
am
friendly
the friendly
neighborhood
heathen.
I'm not the friendly nor neighborly about it. No, I'm unapologetic.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, don't hate. Don't do that, man. Don't hate.
Final,
dumbass.
Because I'm free and you not.
Final thoughts. I'll let y'all fight it out. But final thoughts, man. Currently, we are fighting an uphill battle when it comes to this, man. Like, you know, brother Black Man, I'm hearing your struggle, and I agree with you in theory, but in application, it's just not going to work. We are currently fighting an uphill battle trying to keep these kids, you know what I mean, sexually inactive. You just can't tell kids not to have sex. It doesn't work. It has never worked. It's just like telling people don't do drugs or don't do alcohol. It just doesn't work. You know what I mean? I believe that getting women to change is the key. I really do. Women control sex. Men control relationships. There are not many men out there who will say no to a woman, especially if that woman is attractive. There just aren't any out there right now, bro. And try as you may, that's going to fall on deaf ears. I'm sorry, brother Black Man. It's something we should continue to think about, something we could talk about. JT is right. You know, educating young women, educating young men. Let's bring some shame back. You know what I mean? There's so many issues out there. But as far as your platform, man, you're going to always push the boundaries. I'm surprised YouTube ain't dumped you. You know what I mean? You know, TikTok is quick to dump everybody. They're going to continue to do that. Right. If you're putting out any kind of content that promotes America, that promotes, you know what I mean, good behavior and promotes masculinity, TikTok's going to get rid of you. Yep. The Chinese do not want that message getting out. They do not want Americans to be empowered. They don't want Americans to come together. They want to continue to drive a wedge between Americans, make us weaker as a society. That's my take on that. I don't have the answer when it comes to the things we were talking about with young kids and sexuality and stuff like that. All I know is this: young kids are gonna get hot and bothered, and they're gonna be off somewhere by themselves, and it's gonna happen. And like I told my daughter, it only takes a second. That's it. I told her, like, it only takes a second for that sperm to make it through that shaft into you. And only take, you know what I mean? That sperm finds that egg, and it's a wrap. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. So I have my techniques I'm using. I'm like with Queen and Brother Hank. I'm I'm using these techniques to protect my daughter as best I can, so she can at least get out of high school, get a good shot at life, get into college, and have a shot at being the best person she could be. And yes, I want my daughter to get married under these current rules because she cannot lose. Even if she marries a bum, she could divorce that bum and go get a nice wealthy dude who got himself together, who's from the bottom 80 or whatever, recently moved himself up to the top 20. Luckily my daughter's beautiful. So I know it sounds harsh, people, but that's the world we live in. Let's see. Y'all can find me on YouTube, man. DL saying I really want to know podcast over there, doing what I do. Recently got monetized, thanks to Black Man Unfiltered Network. Thanks to Suzette Speaks. Thanks to Melanie King. And thanks to really Rich Cooper really put me on, man. I got a surge in subscribers because of him and everybody else. We over there talking about everything, y'all. So, feel free to come by. You can catch this cast of characters over here. Yeah, you can catch them dudes over on the platform talking crazy. We got to get Brother Bennett in there. We ain't had him over there yet, but we got to get him in there.
Yes, sir.
So that's it. Thanks for having me on as always, bro. Salute to the chat. Y'all savage. I've been watching y'all get down, do y'all thing. I look forward to the next one, man. When's the next one?
Hey, tomorrow, Mandrell and Shushu kicking it tomorrow with Discipline.
Oh,
so
okay.
be ready for that.
Ooh, you need discipline when you got a head that big.
Thank you.
The head of his class.
Headquarters.
He ahead of the game though. So, but I appreciate you so much, DL Saint, for being here tonight, brother.
He heading in the wrong direction.
Hey, listen, guys. So let me tell you another thing I said, because you know what? I'm a big old dude, right? I'm a big dude, and I don't promote other men. I wish I would see a dude my size trying to be a stripper or trying to be
Man, drop me down, bro. I can't handle this.
I wish the fuck I would see a dude.
Your money is out for ham sandwich.
I'm trying to be the face of Under Armour. You know what I'm talking about? So I posted this right here on Facebook, and the women ate me up. And I told her, this lady got a knee brace on. She need to sit the fuck down. So I'm gonna show it to y'all real quick before I bring up Mandrell. Look at this. If you went to a damn strip club or a dance place and you saw this, what would be your damn response? You know what? I would just want to see you guys' facial expressions. Look at this. Mr. Bennett, what are your thoughts, Mr. Bennett, on that? The women ate me up when I said all I posted was that with my hand on my head like this. And they ate me up. They said she's a big girl. She need love too. I said, why she got a knee brace on me?
We need super chats right now so he never play it again.
Look, you know she's getting all these dudes in her DM. So look, that's just to DL's point. That's never going to change, bro. So
and that's her. Listen, man. Listen, bro. This her sitting down looking at you. She looking at you, Mister. Look.
Super chat right now to make him stop, y'all. Super chats right now. He'll never show it again. Let's get some super chats in here, y'all. Oh, my eyes is burning.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you built like a filtration system, you can't be up dancing and shit. Let me get Mr. Bennett. Let me get Mandrell in here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. D.L., we'll see you in the back. Mandrell, what are your final thoughts, man, after seeing that dance?
Anyway, this show is all right in terms of shows go.
What do you think about the dance, Mandrell?
So what dance?
That you just saw that I just showed you.
I didn't see a dance.
Oh, you should see.
Anyway, this show is all right, and it was pretty good. And shout out to the panel and the chat. Shout out to all y'all. I'm looking at y'all right now. The chat. There's my boy Black David. That's my twin brother, my African twin brother, Black David, right there in the chat. What up, Black David? My man. Shout out to JT. Shout out to my boy, my big bro DL Saint. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, Mandrell.
Cody is king.
Black David got Ghana geese ovaries on sale tonight. 2 for $10.
Ghana geese.
Ghana geese ovaries.
So geese ovaries from Ghana.
Yeah.
Now, what do these do? What are the health benefits?
So they help with headache. They help with any spinal
High blood
issues,
pressure.
high
Spinal
blood pressure.
issues.
Yeah, spinal issues. It helps with the aching in the back. You know, all that.
Oh yeah.
So it's Ghana geese ovaries.
Ghana geese ovaries.
Oh my God.
Beyond words.
You mix
Black
it up
man.
and put it in one of your food products and
Beyond words, black man. Beyond
Yeah.
words.
wow.
Huh. Well, no, you know, Africa is the richest continent in terms of minerals and vitamins and, you know, things like that. So, yeah.
He got lizard tears too. But go
Lizard
ahead.
tears. Tell you what, man. I mean, they're probably from the Komodo dragons, you know, even though they're not on the same continent. But only Africans are crazy enough to try some shit like that.
Right.
Because Komodo dragons do eat human beings.
They do.
Contrary to popular belief, they do eat human beings.
Exactly.
Okay. And they're big enough to.
Yep.
So that's the thing. And they do have venom. It's venom, not bacteria in the
venom.
saliva.
Exactly.
It's actually venom. They've discovered that.
Yeah,
it is
exactly.
actually venom.
Yep.
A fucking dragon. It's damn. Anyway, thanks for having me here. Join us tomorrow night. I'm going to let you get everybody, the audience, in on a little bit more about me. This will be much more personal. As far as it's I'm introduced one of my role models, my idols, one of the people I follow, and who his philosophy and practices on discipline are practices that I actually practice myself on a day-to-day basis in terms of discipline, and it's helped me become the man I am today. His name is Miyamoto Musashi. Now, keep in mind that when you read his book, I'm going to introduce his book tomorrow and all that. And keep in mind, it's written by a 15th century samurai. So there's no fluff to it. The book was just quick and to the point. So much so, black man, that the book was so thin. I read it. I picked it up. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Where's the rest of it?
You read
And
it?
right. And it's called the Book of Five Rings. So I like black man, I was like, where's the rest of it? But then I read it. I was like, oh, so there's no fluff. There's no build up really. It's just like, these are the rules.
Right.
Here's why you follow them. The end. Right. So it's like, I was like, oh, in context, that's why. And plus, he's disciplined. No time for BS. Right. He ain't trying to entertain you. This is what you do. So, yeah, that amongst other things. But he's one of the people. And I'm gonna get into like, okay, what kind of mentors you should have, and a person doesn't even have to be alive for them to be a mentor. You know, They have Marcus Aurelius. People follow his philosophies and everything. People still look at Socrates with great, you know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of respect for Socrates, even though he was, from ancient Greece. But I mean, there's knowledge to be learned in people from back then. For me, Musashi, his philosophy is what stuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of person I wanted. When I read his book, I was like, this is the kind of person I want to be. I want to be like this. And so I started practicing a lot of the discipline things. And you'll be shocked at the shit I do. Well, maybe not because it's me. But yeah, you'll see. Just tune in tomorrow. It'll be about discipline, particularly self-discipline. Okay, and my final thoughts on tonight, people, like I said it before and I said it again, this shit is not this hard. You people are making it way harder than it has to be. You people who profess to be Christians, you follow the 10 Commandments, okay? And that can be bottled up into one sentence. Don't be a dick. That's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? Doing to others as you would have them doing to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody coming after you just because of your money or your beauty, right, ladies? Or just for sex, right, ladies? You want them to see more of you. You know what I'm saying? You want more than that in you. How about you look at a man past his wallet or past his height? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're asking for things that, you wouldn't give someone else. If you're not going to give them that, then why should they give it to you? People are going to meet you with a person who's genuine. They're only going to put out as much as you putting out. They're going to give just as much as they get. A genuine person is going to do that. So if you're giving halfway, that person may want to give out 100%, but they're not going to because they can't. I can't give you more than you're willing to give me. Now, if you're giving it your all and your all just happen to be less than what he can give you, he's cool with that. He'll give you his all because what he's getting might not be as much as you're getting, but it's all you got. And that's what counts. Are you giving it your all into that relationship and into him? Again, it could be more or less, either or. But if it's all you got, he'll take all you got and give you all he got. So keep that in mind, ladies. I mean, and be more selective about who you date and get to know a person and keep your business to yourself. Stop running your mouth. That's all I got for tonight, man.
All right, appreciate it. Hey, listen, before you go, I did want you to know, guys, not only does he have the Ghana geese.
Oh, what does he got?
Ovaries. Beautifully Animated is selling barbecue plates. And so.
Really?
Yes.
Beef or pork ribs?
No. She has barbecue baboon back. She's
barbecue baboon back.
Yes. She said that it's a soaking process. She soaks it in vinegar, takes the hair off of it, lays a slab of back down, and then she roasts it and steams it. So she puts a little sauce over it. So it's barbecue baboon back. She call it the triple B for me.
Oh, okay. What kind of sides she got? She got sides?
Yeah, she does have sides.
She got fried okra?
No,
I love fried okra.
She does not have okra. All of her stuff is pretty much things that are organic or things that she has.
Fried okra is organic?
Well, no, she has pubic hair French fries, and she has
no, I don't want none of that.
And she has wig-based fruit bowls.
I don't like any of those.
So
I don't like the baboon back, the public hair French fries. The last thing you just said, I don't like any of those.
Yeah, it's a wig-based. It's wig-based fruit.
Wig-based. Good to know. Good to know. She has a whole wardrobe full of wigs that we've seen, right?
All right. So thank you.
I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy that she dyed her hair blonde. I don't know why she would do that. I've been looking at it all night. It clashes with her skin color, and I'm like, wow.
No, because I was gonna tell her what somebody said on Facebook while she was up here.
Ooh, what they say?
I'm gonna bring her back up. Somebody said, "Why do you have Demolition Man on your show tonight?"
Because Wesley Snipes did dye his hair blonde for that movie. You remember that? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we got.
What a name drop, dude!
We're gonna get his ass. We're gonna get his ass.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen. Listen. Is it a way to tie in the chat from Facebook into the YouTube? Because you can do that with Twitch.
Yeah,
you can have your Twitch chat. You can have your Twitch chat coming up in your YouTube feed.
Okay.
So you can do it vice versa too with Twitch and YouTube. So both platforms can see the chat from both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can do that with Facebook and see them the crazy stuff. Yeah, man. Because somebody sent me one from Facebook, and it was a crazy asinine question.
Yeah, it was.
It was just the most asinine question. You're not married. How can you talk about dating and relationships? I wasn't even talking about dating and relationships. Like that wasn't even a subject.
And now, Mandrell, I know these are crime stories. I know this had to be some military men. We're about to get out here, guys. So I want to tell you this. Here in Mesquite, you know what the mall is here when you came to Texas?
Yeah, I know.
Sears had shut down. Sears has been shut down for 1.5 years or 2 years, maybe.
That's it?
Yeah, 2 years. Maybe 2
years.
Been
gone here.
Maybe 2 years. I don't know. So what they did was the Sears is connected to the mall.
Right.
So what the robbers did was they went through the door of the old Sears and they cut holes into the walls, cut the holes that led through the walls. They walked through the walls to the jewelry store, cut a hole behind the jewelry store, and stole all the jewelry out of Zales, stole all the jewelry out of Kay's jewelry. They just took everything. Just cleaned both of the stores. Be more
careful.
Awesome.
They cleaned both of the stores out, bro.
I respect that because that's a lot. Look, that took a lot of effort.
A lot of work.
Right? Because think about the planning it took. Like they had to measure, measure how far the walls went behind the stores and all that stuff like that. Like They cut behind the other
Do you
store.
know how many saber saw blades you had to tear up by cutting?
Right.
They said they left with $4 million worth of jewelry out of the jewelry store.
Wait, hold up. That was it though?
No. $4 million out of 3 stores.
That's it though. I mean, that ain't $4 million in it. Here's the thing: the crazier the job, the more expensive I get. I mean, that $4 million. That $4 million gonna have to be just for me.
Hey, you looking at 20 years, right?
Right.
There.
Right. And the $4 million for 20 years of my life, that ain't enough.
I don't think they'll never catch them because Sears didn't have no cameras. It's been shut down. It's an old building.
Right. There's nothing there.
They're in the walls.
Right. So Cody is king. That's my man's in them down there. Cody is king. He says so. Basically, $100,000. See, Cody, thank you. Once you divvy it up between the people, like we ain't getting a lot of money here.
How many people you think it took to do that job?
6
at minimum. 6
or 7. I said about.
They hit how many stores?
3.
Yeah. See, it's going to take at least 2 people per store, so that's minimum 6 people.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it depends on what the job is and the risk factor. And then the element of danger. It's
just
all the equipment too. All the equipment, they left all that shit. The shit they used to cut the walls, all that shit.
Yeah, black man. Notice that the military men are already. You think we ain't never thought of that shit?
Hold on. We'll talk backstage. We'll talk backstage.
Me and JT. Notice that we talking about. Think of the planning is gonna take. Then you say, how many people you think it took? JT right off the bat, about 6. Right, because it's gonna take about 2 people per store now. Because the objective is to get in there and get out. Your minimum is gonna be 6, and then Cody down there. So basically, after you divvy the money up, about $100,000. Yes, because it's probably gonna take more than 6.
Yep.
Your 6 is a skeleton crew.
Yeah.
For that.
All right, we'll see you in the back chat, man. We'll see you in the back. All right, JT, what's your final thoughts, man?
Hey, man, love the channel, love the conversation, all of that. Yeah, that's the number one thing is, man, you was hitting a whole bunch of hurt dogs on TikTok. Like I said, I can't wait because they're gonna end up losing out anyway. They already been sued a couple of times already, so it's just a matter of time. TikTok is gonna have to be another company. It ain't going. I don't think it's ever gonna go nowhere, but I think it is gonna be a different type of company. When it comes down to, like I said earlier, if we want to change the trajectory of how things will be going as far as like how people look at families, how they look at dating and things like that, we have to start talking. The older generation has to start really having real conversations with the younger generations. We have to start getting them more involved, start letting them see what stats are really about, because they don't know anything about stats. All they're doing is just, it's like they're having conversations with each other. And this is starting from the age of 12 and 14 while they're in school and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then when they get at the age they at right now, the number one thing that they got, it's a bunch of dead brain stuff that they're doing, right? And a lot of dangerous stuff that they're doing. And like one of the things that I see with this very young generation is doing is they're making it okay to be putting your mouth on everybody's stuff, right? You and Security Boss, shout out to Security Boss. That was what she was talking. I was making jokes about it on the show, but it was actually real when she was talking about this whole thing of like what they were talking about, tossing salads and doing all kind of nasty stuff. It's like the norm now, right? Putting their mouth on each other, strangers doing this. This ain't like people that's married and stuff like that. Things that should be sacred with significant others, they're not sacred anymore because you got people that's just meeting each other that night, and they're doing all these different things. And that's what one of the biggest things that I was saying was that we have a lot of these folks are having babies with strangers. It's one thing when you married and you've been married for some time and you guys created some things. You understand that emotions are going to be put out there, and people, they react a certain way. But what we're seeing is that you got strangers that are creating families with one another, and next thing you know, that you have the children are the ones that are they end up being the ones that's hurt. That's true, but not just it don't just stop there, because what they end up doing is hurting their children, because they're going to keep doing the same thing, because they don't understand what history is about. They don't understand what all these things when it comes down to building community with one another. They don't have anything to do with building a community. And we got to start talking about that. How do we actually build a community? But we have to involve them. We can all talk and brainstorm all damn day. That's why our conversations keep going in circles, because we're not talking to who we need to be, or getting the message to who we need to be getting that message to. They could talk about everything else, getting good grades in school and all of that, but that ain't what we're talking about. We're talking about how can you be a prosperous human being, and then you add it to someone else. And then they add it to the next person, then they add it. Right now, we just got a bunch of people that don't like each other. And they got horrible attitudes. That's one of the ways on how we can fix that. I'm done with it.
Man, I appreciate you, my brother, man. And give it up for my boy JT. All right, Mr. Bennett.
Yes, sir.
Your final thoughts, man. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me. Good show tonight. I think this is going to be the start of, as JT was saying, I think the dialogue is definitely necessary with the younger generation. But again, I do carry some pessimism similar to what DL was saying. I think this is an uphill battle, because this is what capitalism, at the end of the day, capitalism, I think, demands some of this. I'm not a communist, so I'm not trying to, be like a communist nation, but capitalism depends on hopes and dreams and the 1% that may have a chance to make it. And you have a lot of people have these expectations about how life is supposed to be. And the reality is it's something a lot different. But again, capitalism is based on, you hear the Hiroshio Alger story or the Sierra story. She got her Russell Wilson. Well, there's very few guys like that out there, but America gets you thinking that in America, anything is possible. But I like what was said earlier when I believe it might have been JT who said, we have to start thinking about probabilities versus just these possibilities. Yeah, there's a lot of it's possible to hit the lottery, but what's the probability of that? And how can the cultures and the society maintain itself when you're dealing with these possibilities the way they are? So I think we need to, change the conversation to start getting, as JT was saying, getting some of the millennials, the guys who are maybe 10, 15 years younger than us, to really start, think a little bit different. I think those are the ones we need to have the conversation with. But in regards to the those who are being influencers out there who care about, trying to make a difference, I think, we need to create spaces for people to meet. And again, you may not save everybody, but if you have a platform with influence, I even give salute to what Security Boss was trying to do some time ago when she was talking about I choose you. I hope she revisits that, or I hope other people catch on. But I mean, there's so many people of goodwill in these spaces that are just not paired and just not together. I think the best example that we can, have for the generations coming after us is simply just to show healthy, functioning relationships, not perfect ones, but ones that'll be lasting. And so we need to promote that. And so hopefully that conversation can happen. But again, always a pleasure to be on your platform tonight. Again, you can find me certainly on the Black Man Network. I'm here on Tuesdays. I'm usually here on Barber Talk Fridays. On occasion, you'll catch me on Wednesday. I'm not sure if I'll be there this Wednesday because I don't want to hear your boys talking about the Cowboys.
Man, me either.
With that. So I don't know if I can. I may just chime in, but I don't know if I could be there for the whole show because they on cloud nine right now.
Oh my God.
So, but a lot of times I'll be in the sports section. But again, you can find me on Instagram. Paul T. Bennett is my handle, and I deal with fitness over 50. I also have I don't talk about it too much, but I do have a YouTube channel that I'm starting to put a little more time into, and it's Dungeon Fitness 1969. That's at Dungeon Fitness 1969, and there I do a lot of product reviews. I'm always into finding different fitness equipment, things that have helped me over the years, and so I've done reviews there. I just dropped a couple of reviews on that site. On the YouTube page last week. So I think I'm going to start putting a little bit more time there, talking about fitness. How guys, you don't have to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever, but there's certain things you can do. Just sharing, some good information there. So I think I'm, going to put a little bit more time into that. But you can find, like I said, some of my reviews there. And certainly I appreciate your, checking me out and looking to grow it bigger. So again, thanks always, Black Man, for your time. And looking forward to seeing you next time. You take care of yourself.
You too, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all you do, brother. All right, man. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Great conversation. If you missed it, go back and watch it. Watch all the shows on the network. We have some great conversations. We also have a comedy show, The Dustosphere, every Thursday. If you guys go and look at the Dustosphere folder, the Dustosphere drop down, and you'll be able to see all the videos there if you want a good laugh. But again, thank you guys for being here, man. Thank you for giving. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everything that you've given to the channel tonight. You guys are amazing. Thank the chat for being in here tonight. You guys are undefeated as well. You guys are truly amazing, and I appreciate you. That's it, man. That's all we have for tonight. We'll see you guys on tomorrow with the sports show at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And then Unapologetic with Mandrell and Shushu at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on tomorrow. And that's it. We out this thing.